for being
Bam!
a part.
Oh, thank you. Bam! She's back. We didn't even have to get the
That
signal.
was you.
Alexis Mateo
I
over
had
here.
no idea that was you.
What,
I
Bamming?
thought some.
Bam!
Yes. I was like, who was that?
Oh, that was me. No, I've been watching, I would say too much RuPaul's Drag Race, but I don't think there's such a thing. But there's a drag queen on there, Alexis Mateo, who every time she enters, leaves, exists, breathes, goes, BAM! And so it's just a thing on the show, so I had to do a BAM for you guys.
I can't wait to meet her.
I've heard that somewhere, like maybe in a TikTok sound or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would
And then I should, like, every time I come and be like, hey girl, like Laganja. And I'll be like,
come on, D&D, let's get sickening! Yeah,
yeah, I could be like, that pussy's on fire. And Dorothy would be like,
goodness.
so it'd be great.
Also, Case, I meant to ask you, the cow chair, is it new? And how new? Because that's adorable, and it looks like you have cow ears, and I love it.
So we weren't crazy that we didn't recognize it.
Oh my god,
No,
it has
it's
horns.
new. I was telling Brass about it earlier, but it was a birthday present from my mom, Ryan's mom, and Ryan all pitched in to get it for me. Because I've been needing a new chair. The one that I usually sit in for streams is his. And it's fine, but it's like it's formed to his back, and I am smaller than he is, so it was kind of uncomfortable. But this one is so comfy, and it's cow print. It's got horns and ears.
So
That's
adorable.
I just love it
adorable.
so much.
Love it.
Did you get the
I
cow
love
print? Was the cow print like custom, or did you like? Did they make a cow chair?
They make a cow. It's Techni Sport, and they make cow print chairs. And there's a strawberry cow one too, and it's pink.
What? Tell me more of these pink chair covers. My cat is pleased as well.
Oh my goodness. That's
Okay,
kind of
Robin
amazing.
down.
That's kind of amazing. Excellent.
I love it.
Well, welcome into tonight, everybody. For anyone who doesn't know, hi. My name is Mallory, aka Mal, aka Teach. I am the DM for our evening. Aboard the SS, we almost died here. Yay!
I had a brain fart and I was about to say the soggy biscuit, and I was like, that's not it.
It's even, oh god, that's grosser than the soggy sticker.
Yeah.
Because at least the bit. Anyway.
I don't know.
But yeah, so welcome on into tonight, everybody. We are kicking off episode 13, which is crazy, of Stream of Stars, where we have our players who, I can't quite remember.
Uh-huh. Go on, get out of here.
Go on, get it.
Memory, all alone in the... What was it?
I was about to make a joke about that, being like, so Karu's gonna be singing that when we go up to the top deck. Just like wandering, looking for her friends. Like,
I think I actually did that on stream earlier this week when we were talking about D&D, and people were asking, so have the players gotten their memory back? And I said no, and then I started singing Memory.
I love
Hannah made a good point. It's the 13th episode, and my friends, it's
Friday.
Friday.
It was not an unlucky. I said it was not an unlucky episode in my stream info thing that I send out to people. So it's
Not the over the glasses look.
Don't do that to us.
Bold words for
Last
someone who has
time.
no idea what you're going to run into tonight.
No! That's a girl. That's why I have a pint full of alcohol and ready. I've got two more that are ready to reload. Like,
Oh god.
Friday night, let's do this. We
Yeah.
never play D&D on a Friday.
I will say that I was thinking about it as I was coming in. I was like, it feels like Sunday today. Like I feel like I've lost my entire weekend because I felt like I spent all day yesterday feeling like yesterday was Friday because our D&D schedule off stream got switched around, and so we normally play just on Thursdays, but we played on Wednesday. So I thought Thursday was Friday, and then I thought Friday is Sunday, and so I don't know what day it is anymore. I just show up and look pretty, and we just go with it.
My internship schedule got changed around too, so now I go in on Thursdays instead of every other Friday. So yesterday, it also felt like it was Friday for me.
Yeah.
I live
everyone
in
off.
hell. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what year it is.
Sorry.
I don't know where I am. Very on brand.
We were just talking about this. What year is it?
What
year is it?
Yeah, because it was just so much confusion over the
Oh yeah.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
good times. All right, so, players, I'll go and have you guys introduce yourselves and everything, and then we will have our resident Sumerian. I don't know. That's a new title now.
Like Good Samaritan?
Well, that's a Samaritan.
I know, but it's close enough.
We'll go with it.
But we'll have our resident, I don't know, then historian or something, give our summary from last episode, because last episode was interesting. I'm still so excited that I got to make you guys deafen and not catch what happened. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick, Brass, start us off.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Brass. I play Journey, a Tiefling rogue, and she doesn't really know what the hell's going on right now, so...
No, sir?
Do we want to do a random fun
Sure.
fact? Since we like to do fun facts.
Yeah, you can do a random fun fact. Your character's
Is Journey
favorite
allergic to anything?
Your character's favorite day of the week.
Yeah, actually, yeah, favorite day of the week.
Oh my
Since
God,
we're
wait,
saying that
that's
it's
fun.
all just, since we're saying it, like, none of us have any idea what day of the week it is anymore.
I'm gonna go, her favorite day of the week is Friday, and today is gonna be a lucky day.
Yeah, neutralize that shit, Brass. All right, Brass is back up. Who's next?
Case.
Hi. I have finished my macaroni and cheese, so you no longer have to watch me eat. But hi. I'm Case. I play Arcadia. She is an Eladrin elf druid. Her favorite day of the week is, you know what, probably Tuesday, because Monday is like the day that you plan your week out and like it's kind of busy and like you just get shit done, and then Tuesday is just the start of the rest of the week, and then it just flows, and then it's fine. So I think she would like Tuesday.
I
I
like
like it. I like that. Liz.
I'm Liz. I play Karu, a satyr bard. And my favorite day of the week would probably be Thursday. Because usually on Thursdays you're like so close to Friday. But if the weekend's busy, you know, you're not really like stressing about that too much. And it kind of feels like an extra day of a weekend sometimes, so it's a nice day.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Lillian Leone.
Hi, I'm Lillian. Friends call me Lil. I play Aiko, who is the Kitsune monk, and I think her favorite day would be Sunday, because I like to think that she's very like busybody throughout the week, and Sunday is actually like the only day that she actually relaxes, and her relaxing is pretty much like taking naps and baking. So I feel like that is a very Aiko Sunday.
So I thought you were about to use the she's a busy person to be like, that's why Mondays are her favorite, because she can like get back to work on everything.
Monday is motivation and meditation Monday.
There you go.
So she is the kind of person, she already has like everything planned, and she's like, okay, like we're gonna get everything set in action and like get the week started. But yeah, so Monday was her second favorite, but she
All right,
she likes
fair,
baking
fair.
and napping.
All right, excellent. So then, Miss Aiko, why don't you go ahead and give us our previously on D&D?
The Ricka recap. Previously on D&D. So, for those of you who missed the fortunate session last week, first things first, this is not the period monster that we were saying it was. So, we hopped over to the ship, and the episode before last, we walked into this room over yonder, and all of a sudden, we all couldn't remember anything. Anything before we became envoys, pretty much. And we were all kind of doing that like Spider-Man standoff. We're like looking at each other, being like, "Who are you? Who the fuck are you?" And we found out that Yadel was kind of like super pissy about everyone. Turns out that she was a pirate working for Lunagoth. I know I messed up that name.
No, you
but...
got it right, Captain Lunagoth.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, Captain Lunagoth. And then Emil thought that he was still back in the Court of Fall, and he was like, "I need to get back. Like, he's gonna be pissed." We don't exactly know who he's talking about. Journey was kind of being a real bad bitch, and it was fantastic because she stood up to Yadil when Yadil was trying to rob us all, pretty much, and be like, "Oh yeah, I can find a boat, but you gotta give me all your money." Aiko, not caring about monetary worth and value, was like, here's 15 gold. That should be enough for everyone. And she was like, no. And Journey was like, take my money, I dare you. And so they had like a little standoff, and Emil stepped in and was like, a no. In the meantime, Karu was pretty much freaking out because one, there's a thunderstorm going on, and two, didn't remember all these people, and she's pretty sure she hasn't banged any of them. So it was like, okay, we need to we need to go over here. And so Aiko went over and was like, hey, like, you know, I'm Aiko. Realized that she was wearing a matching brooch, and then realized that the four of them had matching brooches. And she gave Kuru a charm and told Kuru to stay watch, to stay safe up here because she didn't want to go under the deck. And so Kuru had her panpipes out at the ready, and if something happened, she was going to just blow those bad boys. So we found out that when Emil grabbed Yadil and was like, don't touch her, try to be cool on this boat, Aiko then noticed that they had matching tattoos on their back and forearm, and they were like, okay, interesting. So, okay, well, what do we do now? So they were like, well, Yadil knows stuff about ships, so Yadil led kind of the exploration of the ship. We went down to the second deck level, and we broke up into groups. It was on an uneven number, so Emil and Journey went off and explored the barracks, and then Yadil and Arcadia explored the kitchen, and Aiko went and explored the old bedrooms, and walked in, noticed the welcome mat, was like, this is really unnerving, and all of a sudden it was like, Shadow just came up, overtook her, she went unconscious. I can't really give a say of what happened in y'all's recaps, so I'm gonna let you all do the recap of what you all experienced, and then I'll take over when we reunite.
Oh no, trauma.
Yes. Yes.
I want to relive this.
And I will say that, did you mention what happened with Kuru, or where Kuru was during this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, I might have just missed that then, that she stayed above deck.
Yeah, I said, because remember I said that she did
yeah.
the panpipes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then, Brass, what happened for Journey?
Journey went with Emil to check out some rooms. He was being very creepy, and she didn't know what was going on. She was a little worried. Aiko popped up, or who she thought was Aiko, offered to help, and she was also being creepy.
This is weird. It's weird. Very weird. Fucking
It's
weird.
very uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. Journey was uncomfortable.
Start the body snatchers.
I don't know what else really happened that y'all didn't see besides that, but
Basically,
Wait, so was it Aiko?
no,
We'll find
no.
out.
who could say? Case, what happened for Arcadia?
Oh my god. Okay, so forgive me if I miss a detail. I hope I get everything. But so after Yadil and I went into the like kitchen cooking area, that area, we came out and then we were gonna go into the room to the left, but Aiko ran over and was like, hey, I'll go in there with you and I'll explore it with you. And I was like, okay. So then Arcadia and Aiko go in this room, and I made a point to keep the door open, and I propped it open with a chair because I was like, I'm not getting trapped in here with this, because it was very scary, because above table, Teach was playing Aiko, and I was like, that's not normal. So
Not right. This isn't right.
So what I'm hearing is play you guys more often, so you never really know. Got it.
No. Anyways, so we go into this room, and then we're looking around, and Aiko's like, haha, do you see anything that you want to take, blah, 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 and I was like,
You want to
not really.
take this somewhere elsewhere?
And then,
This is my
and then-
chance.
Aiko was like being really, really friendly to Arcadia, like, no, I'm just really glad, not in that way, no, just being like, really
Wing Fox upgrade? Always the Wing Fox, never the Fox.
So Aiko was like, oh my gosh, Arcadia, I'm really glad we're friends, like we should be friends forever, blah blah blah. And then Aiko goes in for a hug, and then Arcadia starts to feel something like going into her brain, like a foggy weird, and then Arcadia's like, nope, and then booked it. Well, not really, but she was like, yeah, and then kind of backed away, and then I heard Aiko's voice outside and not in front of me where Aiko should have been. And then the Aiko in front of me was like, don't go out there, that's not me, that's not Aiko, blah, 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 trust me, haha, it's definitely me. So I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. And then I went to shut the door to lock us in there, and then slammed it shut, trapped her in there, and then I asked Aiko next to me, I was like, hey, what was the nickname that my dad calls me? Because the Aiko in the room called me that, but she didn't know that yet, technically, because we lost our memories. And then the Aiko next to me was like, I don't fucking know. And then I was like, all right, well, that's
I don't know
fixed.
shit about
Yeah,
nothing.
that was definitely the red flag, them remembering
Yeah.
stuff that they shouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because Aiko woke up in the bedroom, and above table, Lil saw Aiko show up over with Journey and was like, the fuck is that?
Oh, it
And,
was
like,
great to see her. It was great to watch your guys' faces throughout the night, especially when you were deafened, because, you know, we couldn't hear then what your response was. All of a sudden it would just be, in Lil's case in particular, like the just sheer panic of, like, silent panic.
Terrifying.
And it was perfect.
Yeah, so Aiko woke up to Journey helping her wake up, which that's a whole nother story. Journey saved her life on death saving throws, thank God. But anywho, so Journey came and woke her up and was like, you know what, like, I'm really glad that we're best friends. And Aiko was like, Journey would never acknowledge this in public. Like, she is too cool for me. So came out, found Emil, and was like, hey, we need to talk. And Yadil grabbed Aiko and was like, something's going on, don't go anywhere. And that's when Arcadia came out and was like, what do they call me at home? And she was like, I don't know. And she was like, good.
I'm so glad that you didn't say it, because I was like, this, if she says it wrong, like, I gotta do something else and not trust her.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Lock yourself
You
back
came
in
in
the other room.
clutch.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden we were like, something's going on. And like Emil was even acting weird. And then so we kind of pulled him aside, and then all of a sudden Journey and Emil came downstairs, and it was like, oh. And then so we were pretty much saying, like, you know, everyone attack. And so to give the quicker recap of things now, because that was all the fun stuff, we had to fight these things, and they were just wailing. We had a lot of near deaths, a lot of people going down, a lot of heal touch and goes, and then we ran down to the basement because they blocked the entrance upstairs, so we had to run downstairs, and we came down and found the giant period monster, as we called it. It was
No one called it that. No one called it that. You called it that tonight.
Look like that.
Thank you. Yeah, no. So this thing was the absolute living terror. It was really, really spooky. And so some of the tentacle beings came downstairs after Udil blew a hole in the floor and came down with them. So we were fighting off the tentacle beings and this creature, and it was knocking people out. And Arcadia almost saw her life flash before her eyes. She was one hit point away, or like 1 or 2 hit points away.
Yeah, we had to talk with Case about how you can. I think it was 6. It was 6 points away. You were 6 points away from permanent instant death.
Permanent.
Of just
That was
because we had to have that conversation
so
about that if it had happened to just about anybody else on the team,
Yeah.
it would have been death. Like, not
took
death
the hit
saving
for
throws,
y'all.
death.
Thank you. I hate to say that I'm glad it was you.
It's fine. I would have rather it be me.
But yeah, so we ended up fighting that thing. We beat it, but then we didn't get our memories back still.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we're picking up now, is right after we defeated this monster, and we've all been kind of checking in on one another, and we're primarily out of healing spells and spells almost in general.
Yeah,
so,
y'all basically, like, the thing died and we ended there. That as the large shadowy oozy creature just dissipates, all of the kind of like the stains and like the oozing around the ship doesn't dissipate, but you get the feeling that whatever was the presence here has kind of fallen away, I guess, is the best way to say it. So Karu, you are currently up on the top deck of the ship. For Karu, you've been kind of keeping watch and keeping an eye out on things. You would have heard the sound of a lot of fighting downstairs. A lot of fighting going on. Both from the fight that took place on that first deck and then on the lower one as well. Because it was, you also would have heard just the crash of the floor into like the lower level and everything.
Yeah, that probably made a noise.
yeah,
Okay.
just a
Maybe
little.
just a little bit.
So Karu, do you want to go investigate and check it out? Or do you want to stay up on deck?
Oh, wait. Okay. See, I'm scared this is a trap, but knowing Karu, she would go to help her friends.
Okay.
So she would get going.
She's
Okay.
so good to us.
She's so good. Yeah, then you can go ahead and move Karu down to join everybody else. As you go through that first floor, as you kind of come around the stairs, you can see there's just this like big gaping hole where the floor got crashed in. Which Karu wouldn't know why, but that was from Yadil casting Shatter and then just the floor giving out. Because creepy old ghost ship. So for everyone else, you see that Karu is coming around the corner. You all have just finished your fight, where all of you, except I think Emil, had to do death saving throws at some point. I think Emil was the only one who didn't have to, but everybody else, yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
It's not his fault he's this good.
We saw him biff a couple times with that rapier. Hold on.
Hey, he didn't die. That's the point.
Did he die? When Karu comes downstairs, Aiko, since she was the one who kind of gave her like the sentry job upstairs, is going to rush over to her and like check on her because she doesn't know what happened upstairs if she ran into the same issue, and she's going to immediately ask, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Did any of us come upstairs?"
No, I'm okay. What happened? I heard a huge crash. Are you okay?
Aiko's gonna look around to everyone, and how's everyone looking?
Not good.
Probably rough.
I am pretty rough.
We all almost died, so.
Yeah.
Karu, I will say that you noticed that Emil stayed up on top deck a little longer. Not necessarily like talking with you, but was kind of like looking out and watching, because if you guys remember, there was an Emil who appeared downstairs. But the real Emil actually...
Is it the fake one or the real one upstairs?
The real Emil stayed upstairs with you.
Okay.
But the fake one took his place almost immediately. So to everyone else, it looked like Emil was one of the first people to come, like one of the first people, downstairs and everything. But real Emil stayed upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. So you at least would know that he was down there for a while, basically until for the rest of the party that you would have seen the second Emil come downstairs. So the second Emil was the real one.
The real Emil.
The real meal.
I'd probably have some information on that.
He's the fourth meal of the day.
Oh.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, so when Karu asks if Aiko and all of them are okay, Aiko would look around and kind of be like, we've seen better, but we made it. Right, guys? And she's going to turn around and kind of check with everyone. Like,
yeah. Yadil is almost dead.
Good.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could heal, people?
Do you have any healing spells?
I do.
If you have healing spells, you absolutely can.
I believe I have mass healing word.
oh, goddess. Goddess
I can do
Karu.
that.
We did summon you in a summoning circle on accident. That's the other thing I forgot.
Yes, that was the other thing that happened. How can we forget?
It was just the way we were all positioned. It was making like a star around you. We were like, oh, Karu. But
Okay, so it's regained hit points equal to 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Correct, which is your charisma
Okay.
spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is charisma is 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't actually have dice, but I think there's a dice rolling thing in here, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do I use that? Oh, I see.
Yep. You'll click the little dice thing. If you need help, let us know.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Oh, that's okay. So 1 plus your spellcasting
So
modifier or your charisma modifier?
6 total. So everyone heals for 6 total. Well, her spellcasting ability modifier is charisma, so that's why it's charisma
Got it.
modifier. Yeah.
I will take 6 points so graciously. Thank you so
Same.
much.
You want to know the sad
Yeah.
thing? You just about doubled Yadil's health.
Really?
Yeah, Yadil is.
Wow.
Yadil, like, if she got hit again, was gonna be out.
Dang.
I'm gonna do a medicine check on her, just like trying to like wrap wounds. And Aiko's gonna do that to anyone who needs it.
I was gonna say, one of my questions is, how bad is anybody else's health at the moment?
I'm at about half now.
I have.
Yeah, I can manage.
Half. How much does Case have?
10.
Okay.
Case needs it.
So Case, you actually say that Yadil, for lack of a better word, because she is struggling, hobbles over to you, or kind of a little closer and just gestures, and starts to say something and then kind of coughs and just like spits out blood, and is gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word on you at a higher spell level, because she does have a little bit of healing left with that. She doesn't have Mass Healing Word, so she can only do one person at a time and everything with that. But she's gonna try to help you out, and cast that at she'll cast that at 3rd level for you.
Hold
on. You are gonna go ahead and heal for 15.
Oh my gosh.
And then I did a 13 medicine check on Yadil, so she's just trying to help her.
Yeah, like, so she essentially won't be in any, like, danger and everything, but she just can't heal. She is gonna go ahead and... Okay, she's gonna go ahead and use Healing Word on herself, though, for what it's worth.
Okay. Yeah, Aiko's turning to Arcadia next, and she's doing the same thing, like getting the gauze out and being like, okay, hold still. Like, and like, yeah. Just...
Only burn a little.
She licks it.
I just got shrimp.
It's fine. You got that shrimp?
Yeah. Cam brought me shrimp.
Nice.
Oh, fancy.
Sorry if you hear eating noises, I apologize.
You're fine. Don't worry. I eat on my stream all the time. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anybody else in like dire strait, like look like they're in dire straits or anything like that?
Yeah. How's Emil looking? How's Journey looking?
Journey's got 22 hit points now, so I think she can manage.
Aiko's coming to her next with the gauze.
Emil's kind of like he's taken a couple hits and is a little bit banged up, but probably out of everyone is doing the best.
He gets a Hello Kitty Band-Aid. Everyone's getting some TLC. Everyone's getting some little foxy TLC. Okay, yeah, and she's gonna slap one of those Hello Kitty Band-Aids on herself, just because.
Just
yeah. I mean, she's here too, but she's like, I gotta take care of everyone else first. Yeah, so she'd probably turn to everyone and say, so, after we beat that thing, did anyone remember anything? Any glimpses?
Journey's gonna shake her head.
You see Adil just kind of scowls. Remember, I don't like that thing. Does that count?
She'd nod. Why is this area black over here? Is this an area that's closed
because
off?
You guys haven't gone into it yet.
Okay. Because, yeah, well, because, like, Aiko otherwise would be suggesting that they explore anywhere else on the ship, or that they, if this is, like, a door closed, she's curious. Like...
Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, you essentially have that there's 2 doors. There's one that's up further like north, I guess, and one that's further south. Or as you would be approaching it, there's a left door and a right door. So which door do you want to head through?
There's a door on the left and the right, you said?
Yeah, like as Aiko's approaching, you would see a door on the left and the right.
Yeah, I'm going towards the one that has less icky black stuff in front of it.
You're kind of down in the middle of the monster's lair, so
okay.
If you're basing it off of what's on the map, then I guess that would be the left one. But I mean, really and truly, just because otherwise I'd have to cover the whole thing in just grossness.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Aiko would probably turn back to someone hesitantly and be like, the last time I went into a room by myself.
Back up. Like Emil's already on his way over because he knows that he's doing fine.
Yeah, and she's gonna be like, thank you. And yeah, so she's going to cast Sanctuary on herself just to be safe. So I'm gonna give myself my little spurgles. I'm just gonna put that because nothing. Yeah, it's good. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna. She's actually gonna get out her rapier and try to like poke open the door.
I mean, it's like closed. So think of it like you'd be taking a rapier and poking a door that is like latched shut.
Okay, so
it's not just like
yeah,
propped open.
Yeah, then she's gonna have Journey kind of like inspect it for traps from a distance, and then she's gonna go for it.
Okay, gotcha.
How far of a distance are you inspecting for traps, Journey? Because if you're further than if you're too far back, you're gonna have a harder time actually being able to see anything. Or are you going like up to the door to inspect it?
Yeah, let me go. I'll go up to the door. Is this where the door is?
Yeah, just about. I mean, like, yeah, like as long as you don't have to necessarily stand on top of Aiko, but as long as you just let me know, like, I'm going up to the door. That's all I needed. Because if you were saying like, yeah, I'm gonna stand like 10 feet back and then go, looks good, Aiko.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Good job, proud of you. Love you, appreciate you.
Like, poke the door harder. I'm like, okay. I almost died, people, twice. Okay, yeah, so we're I'm like face in blackness. Like, here's Aiko.
No more of that, please.
God, I hate it.
Pawing at the door like the cat when you're trying to go to the bathroom.
So Aiko, as you open the door, you walk inside and you see a lot of just like battered and broken things in here. You actually also see a couple of scorch marks along the walls and along the floor, as well as you can just kind of make out there's a broken target in the back of the room. Okay. And there's just broken weaponry everywhere.
Okay. Aiko's gonna report back. Is there anything worth like salvaging in there?
You would probably have to actually like investigate or search.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll investigate. Yeah. I mean, she's curious. She's curious enough to go in there and possibly face her death again.
That's our little kitsune.
That's on brand. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, she's no sleuth. She's no Herlock Sholmes. Let's put it that way. That's a 5.
Yeah.
She's like, broken shit. I'm gonna go poke some more doors.
Yeah, you look in here in particular to see, okay, but is there something else in here that's better for poking doors? And as you look around, you realize, no, there is not. And then you just walk back out.
I'll turn around and be like, it's a bust, guys. poke some more doors.
Aiko would walk in there, see that there's something like shining and glowing and like an orb that's like, and she's gonna be like, nah, you can't poke a door with that.
No. I can throw it at the door, but not
but
proficient with that.
I need to poke the door. Yeah, so no, there's nothing really of note that Aiko picks up on.
Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna head over to the next one and
Are you poking it?
she's gonna honestly, I mean, like, she really would to a degree, like
yeah. Right, it's still that hesitant, like, I'm just gonna make sure at least, hey, if I poke it, maybe it's not a mimic that's gonna snap at me, or it's not gonna, like, I don't know, something. It happens.
You gotta knock first.
You gotta knock first.
Maybe it's occupied.
Did you knock, Aiko?
Does it have the little thing that says occupado? Like,
it does not.
Vacant?
It does not. But did you knock
It's
first?
not the Mile High Club. It's like the 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea Club. I do not knock. I just open.
All right. Well, wow.
I'm that savage that's just
really rude.
Public
That's the
restrooms.
It
Just
is
open
it is the
door.
restroom.
I'm not. Lillian is
That's
not.
so
Lillian is a
funny.
knocker.
It is the restroom.
Lillian is a knocker. I
That
always
is-
give the shaving a haircut, but
Yeah,
I do
uh-huh.
not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You didn't even knock to the bathroom.
That was the bathroom. So you were just met with you are met with odor, as you are basically. I mean, these are like 4 porta potties, basically, of just holes in ground. So.
Do I need to roll for Constitution? Is it like the
You
fish
do
roll
now.
again? Shit. Yeah, I goes literally like, oh, see her, and she's gonna go, just like put a hand out, like, don't come near.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
what is it with me in these throws tonight? Constitution. Yeah, that's an 8, my lord. She is heaving.
Yeah, you are like. I'm not gonna make the sound because I know for some people that just immediately triggers the feeling. But you are like heaving to the point that you're bracing yourself for something coming up.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, like I described last time, the Miko tail quiver. Like, she's probably gonna go into the room that we just went in with the weapons, and she's gonna vomit in there. Because yeah, she's not gonna do it out in the public space where everyone else is. She's a lady. And she's gonna barf over these boxes.
My girl doesn't knock at the bathroom, but she's a lady.
She didn't know it was a bathroom. It didn't say like a lavatory on top of it.
I can't believe just the
Oh
circumstances.
no! As the dialogue, as the exchange was happening, I was just sitting here like, I know exactly what room she's about to walk into, and this conversation's perfect.
That's great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So she's gonna barf and she's just gonna turn around like green in the gills and just be like, "There's nothing in there. Like, we can go." Yeah, and she's just gonna slowly start walking away. No fast movements yet.
Emil is gonna look at you in concern and just like offer an arm, basically, to like very like gentleman style offer an arm of if you
just
look
for a
little
couple
uneasy.
just for a couple feet. Oh my god, my bride. Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna say we still need to find a way off the ship. It's not down there. It's not down here. We should go up to the top.
You see that Yadil, who is like kind of bandaging up some of her own wounds and everything, just looks up to you all. Well, did you look to see if there was a lifeboat? You did that upstairs, right?
Off the top deck? Aiko looked over the edges.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't see a lifeboat that I know of, other than, I guess, the one that we came in, but we didn't, like, it wasn't made note when we did our investigation check.
I mean, you would have seen well, depending on how well you rolled and everything, but you would have at least seen your own. Because you would have had no idea what it was, or why it was there, or whose boat it was. But,
Yeah.
tiny boat. Because remember, when you guys looked over the sides and everything, you were looking out to see what else you could see around you. So, like, the soggy sticker, for example, you couldn't see. But you guys were like, when you were talking about doing the investigation, you were talking about, we're trying to look out and see, is there anything else out around us?
Oh, I just would assume that that would have been mentioned since we were looking out and around. Okay. Yeah, then Aiko would be like, no? We can check. But when I looked, I didn't see anything. Because she came over off this end and then went up this way.
I can't see where you're highlighting. Sorry, I'm down at the bottom of the boat. You looked
Yeah,
that
so
way?
she looked off this side and then this side and then set Karu up here.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Yeah, Deal's gonna offer we should maybe try to go upstairs and take a look over. Actually, take a look over the boat.
It's fine with me. I want to get out of this fucking area.
Find a way out.
I know Crew didn't actually like experience any of the horror, but she heard some interesting things and would
Oh,
like
yeah.
to leave.
Yeah,
Understandably so. Is the thunderstorm still going on upstairs?
You don't know yet. I mean, because you're like deep below deck and everything. You'd have to be heading back up for more.
Okay, I didn't know how
When I
violent
did
it was.
Come down. Was it still going on?
When you came downstairs, did you come down before or after the fighting subsided? Like the fighting sounds subsided?
Oh, okay, good point.
Because like I mean technically like based on how things played out just because of like not being here and everything, like it happened afterward. But if Karu would have tried to go like run down like as she's hearing the fighting gets worse, or let's say Karu tried to run down after hearing like that shatter happen, ran down to that next deck level, the storm still would have been going on then.
Okay.
All right, yeah, so we're all heading upstairs?
Yep. I went ahead and moved you deal up there. And Aiko, Emil is escorting you and helping you out.
By the time we get to the second set of stairs, she'd be like, I think she'd like to smell sea air, and like as she's smelling it and gets to the like the top of the first deck, she'd probably be like, I'm okay now. Thank you.
Of course.
And
like,
then
yeah,
she is very proud of her Hello Kitty Band-Aid placement. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna ask Ideal, where do we start looking? And she would comment that she looked along this side of the boat and that side of the boat. And she doesn't know the proper name. She's like, yeah, over there and up front.
There and there. Since you mentioned that you looked over there, Yadil's going to take the other side. And she's going to try to take a look for any sign of boat. If anyone else wants to take a look for any sign of boat or life, you can. You do notice that the storm that was going on as you guys boarded has subsided. It's still kind of foggy and murky, and like it's not very clear, but it's at least not storming anymore.
Okay.
So is anyone else trying to look to see if they can find the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Karoo will probably be looking with Aiko because Karoo doesn't really know anyone and is kind of stressing a little bit, but like Aiko's energy just feels like comfortable.
Okay.
Aww. And Aiko actually is going to feel really comfortable with having Karoo there, especially after feeling sick and smelling shit for however many years it was. And Karoo smells nice. So this is fantastic.
Okay, then and Arcadia and Journey, are you guys looking for the ship as well?
Yeah, Journey
Yeah.
will be looking off this side.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
Arcadia's gonna be looking like off the back end of the boat, whatever that is.
We all are really good at nautical terms, you can tell, because we're
Yes.
like this side
This
and the
side.
front over there, and the you know what happens. It's all good.
The side that has the floaties on the edge.
Yeah, you just find their like little floaty wings, and you can just. Okay, cool.
gosh.
Then everybody make me a perception check as you're trying to kind of like look and see what you can find off of your different sides. Aiko, you're gonna make yours an advantage because Karoo is assisting you.
Oh, thanks, Karoo.
Oh wait, so
18.
do I make one as well?
Oh no, Karoo, you would not need to because you said that you were gonna help, like you were assisting Aiko.
Okay. Got
So she would be good to go.
Well, Karoo, we made 18s.
it. Let's go!
You said perception, right?
I did say perception, yes.
Okay.
I got
We're on a
17.
boat. We're on a boat.
Arcadia?
I got a 12.
Yay!
I see water!
She's more attuned to the stars.
I mean, so, Arcadia, as you start looking around and trying to see things, you're just like, I see water, and I see fog, and what you kind of take more notice of is actually the stars, or the fact that as you look up, you can't really see them, or much of any sign of the sky through here. It almost is like that, the fog seems to be getting, like, thicker, further up, and so it's just harder to see past it. But you do note that it's something feels weird about that. You're just not sure what or why.
Great.
Journey, what did you get for your perception?
17.
So Journey, as you look out over the edge, and kind of start looking off toward the horizon a bit more, you start at first looking around and seeing just fog and water. But the longer you look, you're fairly certain you can see a pretty large outline in the distance. And the more you look, the more you think you can see the outline of a ship, like an actual like this size ship.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Aiko and Karoo, as you guys are looking around at the water and looking around to see, okay, boat, we need to find a way off of here, we need to find a way out, seek a way out, as now it's stuck in my head from Zero Escape. But as you were looking, at first, again, it's just dark, choppy waters, and it's a little hard to see much of anything. And then off in the distance, probably about 40 feet away from the boat, there is a little rowboat that's just bobbing in the water.
Ooh.
Karoo, would you like to do the honors of shouting there's a rowboat?
Yeah. There's a rowboat!
Thank
found a
God
boat.
it's not on my side. I didn't see shit.
Yeah, Aiko's like leaning over the edge, like tail swishing, like trying to be like, "Where is this? Where is this?" And then sees where Karu pointed it out.
Are you guys pointing out the location to everybody else too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yadil already is hopping up on the edge of the boat, or like of the ship, and is just hopping up on the edge and is kind of rolling up her sleeves. Be back in a second, unless you have a better idea.
Where are you going?
She's a Triton.
Do you want the boat?
Are you gonna be safe?
I was born in these waters.
Do you need us to hold anything?
Your applause until I get back.
Ooh!
Nice.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah. Aiko's like, okay, that was really cool. Like,
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
we'll be
fucking
here.
awesome.
Like, if you need
Lie.
anything, tug on the line.
Crew doesn't remember much, right? She has no idea who this is.
Karu,
she's kinda like-
I will say your experience with Yadil and Emil and everyone else. You basically you remember your life in the Court of Stars, but before you were working to become an envoy, and then all of a sudden you're on this boat with these strangers.
Yeah.
You remember Yadil tried to steal from you, and that she declared that she is a pirate. And Emil was a little more scared for needing to get back home. That he made mention that there was somebody that could not find out that he was missing. And he was very panicked about that.
I think even though Yadil tried to steal from her, and she was kind of salty about that, she I think she has like some respect for her, you know, and it's maybe like, huh, like, you know, maybe she's kind of cute, maybe.
Ah,
There she is.
Karu.
She's
There she
feeling
is.
better. She's feeling better. Yeah, no. So Aiko would tell her that if she runs into anything, just pull on the line, and we'll start pulling.
Okay. Yeah. So then she'll just kind of take the line and, I mean, all right, and just wrap it around herself. And you see that Yadil just, with all like the elegance and grace of an Olympic diver, just dives on into the water. And
John Smith style in the opening of Pocahontas.
Oh my word.
Aww.
Going after Thomas.
I like
Call
it.
what it is.
I like it. So you see that she just dives on in. And I will say, guys, nice work on bringing the Triton onto the boat with you, because otherwise you would have had to figure out a better way to get that boat. But
Dangle me as bait in the water.
dangle. But yeah, so as you watch the line, like you actually kind of see the line move. It's almost like fishing in reverse, because you see the line just like dart and swim as she kind of bobs and weaves past the waves in the water. And you see eventually that she emerges and hoists herself up into the rowboat.
Okay.
And just kind of gives you a wave to let you know that she's all right, and then starts working on rowing it back over to you guys. So it's gonna take her a second to row over to you all and everything, but she is gonna be able to bring the boat back to you.
Okay.
Rowing in the
Yeah.
boat, doo 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 doo. Rowing in the boat, doo 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 doo. Anyway.
She better be singing that on the way back in if she's not getting an applause. Not a single snap. No, yeah. So Aiko is watching eagerly, like tails just swishing quietly, because she forgot everything she knew about Bodikit. So yep, she's just waiting. And then she's gonna ask everyone else what they saw, because we just shouted "boat" and everyone came over. So
Yeah, I guess it's a
Squirrel.
good time for Journey to mention that she saw what looked like the outline of another large ship. She'll point over in the direction.
that's good. maybe they're looking for us. Or we can go get help.
Maybe, but I still think we should be cautious.
I don't want to have another scary ship. I don't want to. If it's scary looking, I'm not going.
You get on the next boat and it's just all clones.
Oh.
Do you know how we got on this ship?
I would say what we did figure out was that we think the four of us know each other since we have these, and she's to point to her belt. She's gonna point to her brooch on her sash and say, we all have these, and they have the tattoos, so we think that they're connected somehow, but I don't know. I think we're still trying to figure that out. But
maybe we came from that bigger ship or something where they're looking for us.
we could try to find out.
Yeah. Do we have anything we could use to like call for help? Like anything we could use to get their attention?
Aiko's gonna kind of giggle and say, "How hard can you blow those panpipes?"
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Oh my god.
Let me see that whistle blow.
Oh my word.
Yeah, Aiko is rummaging through her bag, and she's like, no, I've got a tinderbox. Like, I could bang it on the railing. Like, clank, clank, clank. As loud as it gets. I can shout, I can yip. I don't know how helpful that's gonna be.
You can
I can do wild shape.
Do any of you
Into a
know how to
bird.
play instruments?
I can learn.
I know ukulele.
Okay, I've
What?
got...
Apparently.
I can't actually... Okay, I have a lute.
Um,
I think that might be it.
as Emil is kind of digging through his items to see what he has to offer to help, you see that he actually pulls out a lantern.
Oh.
And holds it up. I have this. I think it can shed light.
Oh,
Good?
I'm gonna take a look at the ballista up here.
Mm-hmm.
Is
You're
it
gonna launch
functioning?
this man's lantern.
I'm like, yeah, like we could launch this into the
Nice.
sky like a flare.
I could theoretically wild shape into a sort of bird and carry the lantern out
That's a better idea.
instead of
That's a
launching
great idea.
the lantern.
Aiko's gonna feel really foolish because she doesn't know magic, so that sounds like a
No,
way
but I
better
mean,
idea.
but I will say that was a cool idea of like we could try to like make a flare out of it and everything. That I like it.
I'm just picturing like that uncle who's at the family reunion that has the potato launcher. Like,
What is that pose?
you've never done a potato launcher?
What is
You
that
have to, like-
pose?
Oh, girl,
I've
hold,
never
hold
heard
on.
of this before.
Yeah,
No,
hold
oh
on.
God.
No, hold on.
No.
Potato launcher.
No!
What's happening?
Hold on. Like, lay on the ground with your legs, like, straddled, like,
No!
you pull back and you launch it.
Never.
Like, that's how you get, like, 4 houses down. You have never done that?
No.
No.
Oh my god, I'm, like, falling.
What is happening? What is this right now?
You've
That's
never
down.
done that? What? Is that normal?
I've
to you?
heard.
There's gotta be
heard-
someone else in chat who's done a potato launcher.
I have heard of it.
I've
But
seen
I've never
potato
seen
launchers,
it
but
done.
never like that.
Oh my god.
No.
I've seen people
Hold
make
on.
potato launchers, but
I'm
not
literally
like.
texting my parents and being like, send the pictures of the family reunion potato and water balloon launcher. This is, it's the way to
You're gonna
go.
take someone's window out with a potato.
Oh, you do it with, sorry. You gotta do it with bags of poop to the neighbors you don't like.
Oh,
The Leons got really dirty. It was
Happening.
fantastic.
What is happening?
I gotta go.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, as Arcadia offers that Because Arcadia, with you being with your level of druid, do you have flight?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Because I don't know if you do.
At second level, you can transform into any beast that has a challenge rating at 1/4 or lower that doesn't have a flying or swimming speed.
Okay.
So I don't. Maybe not actually.
The potato launcher it is.
I did realize something.
What?
I
You have a potato
I would
launcher?
be able to maybe do a minor illusion. I don't know. Does anyone know how far away that ship was when you saw it?
It's pretty far out. Like for you guys to reach it, you're going to like need that boat.
Okay. Then my illusion probably wouldn't work. But I can create a noise. Or I could make like an image of a flare, but I don't know if it would be able to reach them.
Hey Case. You don't have a flying speed, but you know what you got?
Swimming. Okay.
You do have a swimming speed. If you did want to go check things out. But yeah, so you do not have flight, but you do have swimming.
Okay. Yeah, I can do
Just
that.
to clarify
if we
that.
Need to.
So as you guys are having this very interesting discussion about potato launchers and everything else.
Yeah, he goes fully on the deck, like acting it out. Like the sisters of the monastery got really crazy at some point.
Oh
but-
Lord.
I just realized you would be the sisters. Like.
Anyway, you just hear a shout from further like down by the water, like, "Hey, I told you, applause."
Oh, she's gonna turn to Crew and be like, "Do you have the instruments?
I do.
Quick, play the instruments."
Karuk could pull out her lute and start playing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Aiko's gonna be like clapping to the beat.
Excellent.
You know,
Elbowing-
anything
elbowing
anything
Emil.
for a free deal. Honestly, I'm kind of simping over her a little bit.
Enemies
Yeah.
to lovers.
Oh goodness. Oh.
Yeah. Aiko's gonna try to be like dancing with Arcadia, like do-si-doing, and then she's gonna be like jabbing Emil on the side, like, come on, like,
Yeah.
yeah. We're throwing a real hootenanny, waiting for this boat to come back.
Well, she's like there, like she's down at the bottom of the big ship in the little ship, and is just kind of like waiting for you guys right now.
Just dancing.
And you guys are dancing, so
She just told us to hold the applause. She didn't
She's
say
gonna
what to do
stab
next.
all
so.
of us.
right. So
Yeah, Aiko's gonna go over the edge then and ask her what's next.
do you want to stay on this ship or you want to get in this one?
Aiko is going to,
Do we know where we're going?
would Journey want to tell her that they see a boat nearby?
Oh, yeah, I guess she didn't hear that. There's what seems to be some kind of ship, large ship, over in the distance over there. So if we're gonna go in any direction, I guess we could head over there.
So we stop our merry band of jigging and we like hop on the boat and we go yonder.
Start heading out. Yeah, and as Yadil's kind of studying the boat, the smaller one, how are you guys getting down to said boat? Because Yadil swan dove off the side of this ship, and it's a pretty big ship.
Aiko would ask her to toss her, or actually no, like to untie the rope that's on her, and then Aiko's gonna. We already tied a rope to the edge of the boat and just offer to help people climb down. Perfect.
Cool. All right, then yeah, Yadil unties the rope around her, and she's kind of doing her best to steady the smaller boat in the waves. Who's gonna be the first one down said rope?
I can go down.
Okay. Arcadia, make me a
No.
strength.
Oh no.
I'll give you a saving throw. Give me a strength saving throw. As you're trying to hold yourself and not
She's
just
not strong.
drop down.
Oh, you got this. Just like gently rappel down the side of the ship.
Oh. Okay. We got a 20, a dirty 20.
Oh yeah.
All right, there we go.
Joning this thing.
There we go.
Fireman pole.
Do it.
Yeah, so Arcadia is able to get down pretty easily. Yadil helps you into the boat. Who is next to go? And I'm just gonna have you guys. I'm gonna put anyone who makes it into the boat is going into the water for a split second. Not because obviously you're actually like in the water. It's just
I can't
show you're not on the boat.
Crew could go.
Crew's going next. Okay. Give me a strength saving throw as you try to hold your weight and try to gently get down this the rope.
Sorry, which dice is that?
D20.
Okay.
And then you add your strength saving throw modifier to it.
Okay. I have to find the strength one. Sorry, 1 second. I got a
You're fine.
14.
Okay.
Strength. Oh, it's +1, so 15.
Okay, so Karu, you work on making your way down the rope, and it takes you a little bit longer to get down.
Okay.
Just trying to hold yourself up, and you're a little shaky, but you do manage to get further down and into the boat as well.
Let's go.
Aiko's gonna turn to Emil, because we know he's an incubus. He explained this. Does he have wings?
Mm-hmm.
Are his wings out?
He has wings. It's not like think about like when you think of like Asmar have wings, they have like full on angel wings. His wings are more like smaller demon wings. Okay. They're not like he's not archangel mode or anything like that. He can't just fly himself down.
She won't ask the question then.
She can, but he's gonna kind of look
she
at
has
her.
enough common sense where it's like that's not gonna hold your body weight. She wasn't gonna be like, I don't want to be rude, but can you fly down there? But yeah, okay, so yeah, Aiko's gonna look to them and say, I don't mind going last.
Emil immediately offers, I can go last. I want to make sure that you both get down safely.
Okay. She turn to Journey and say, do you want to go next? Do you want me to?
It doesn't matter to me. You can go ahead if you want.
Okay. Aiko's gonna go down there and be like, don't worry, I'll catch you if you can't make it. Being smaller stature than Journey.
Journey's definitely very nervous.
Yeah.
Catch you too. Crew will shut up.
Yeah, we'll like the cheerleader band together.
Journey, are you noticeably nervous about this?
Probably. She can't really swim.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, yeah, and Anna's afraid of open water and is literally rappelling down the side of a boat into open water.
This is like one of her biggest fears.
Journey.
Journey, as you are very anxious about going, Emil actually just walks up to you and like kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder for a moment and just smiles. You've got this. I haven't known you for very long, but I know you've got this, Lady Journey.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you actually feel a bit of like a warm sensation coming from his hand that as it just calms you a little bit more from your fears.
Do this.
You ready?
I believe I can climb. Yeah, so oh god, it's a strength saving throw. Oh, I'm pretty good at these.
Well, I was gonna say, is Aiko going next or is Journey going next?
Oh, Aiko's going next.
Okay.
Because I was in a
Because you're catching. Cool. Go ahead then.
Yeah. Oh, I have the kitsune. Oh no, it doesn't apply to that. Damn it. That's an 8.
Oh no.
So Aiko, as you promise, I will be there to catch you. Nothing bad will happen. It'll be okay, I promise. You grab onto the rope and start to like lower down over the edge, and you can like feel the rope start to break. And as you get a little further down, all of a sudden you just hear that snap as you start to fall down the side of the boat. Do you have anything you can do as a reaction to you falling, or that anyone has that they can do as a reaction to you?
Wait,
Aiko falling.
Hold on, I have feather fall. I think. No, I don't. I'm not there yet. Oh, I have slow fall. I reduce any falling damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So just let me fall. just let me be.
I can make it.
Good thing she's tiny.
Just let me fall in the boat, because if I fall in the water, I'm gonna be a miserable fox.
Yeah.
So soggy.
It's fitting. Okay, yeah, so you go plummeting down the side, and you are going to go ahead and take 3d10 damage as you just fall down the side of this boat.
So then I reduce any fall damage taken amount equal to 5 times my monk level. So I am 5th monk level, so 25. So 3d10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have to do 3d10. That is this one. Oh, that's okay. It could have been much worse.
How'd you do?
So let's see here. That's 15 plus 3, 18. Yeah, so I'm good. So it was 18 damage, but since I'm 25 reduced, I take nothing. So my tail's cushion my landing like a little egg. So I like to think I just form a ball around myself and just boing in the thing and just ta-da!
As you bounce into the boat, Yadil like takes a second and has to like steady the boat so that it doesn't just flip over with the weight of you just falling in.
Sorry.
I thought you foxes were supposed to be a little more graceful than that.
That's cats. Don't be racist. It's fine.
Oh God.
What
No,
is
she's
D&D's name?
just gonna say I said nothing about being nimble. I said I could fit in small spaces.
Okay.
I did not advertise this.
So
Yeah,
Journey and Emil are the only ones left on the boat then. So I'm assuming Journey's going next.
and I go to reassure her, would be like, "Don't worry, you'll be fine. See." So
Yeah. Well, my strength saving throw is not good. So
there's no rope going down to the bottom. So do you have rope that you can attach?
you should.
Let's see. Backpack, bedroll, tinderbox, torches, water skin. Oh yes, 50 feet of rope. Okay, cool. So Journey's gonna take her rope out and.
Thank God. I was gonna say we all need to like cradle our arms together.
Yeah, I'm just sticking my butt out with tails like a trampoline. Like,
Just make like a net.
yeah.
All right. Journey rifles through her bags. Oh, I have rope. I did not know I had rope, but I do. How lucky I am.
If you were an adventurer and didn't have rope, there would be some severe judgment when you got down to the boat.
Yes.
Well, I remember having that, you know. Like.
So since my rope snapped, I'm gonna take mine out of my inventory.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Rip
Oh, I
rope.
feel so naked without it.
Rip rope. Yeah, so, Journey, you're tying your rope to the edge?
Yes.
Okay.
Tightly.
Okay. As you start to head over the edge, go ahead and make your strength saving throw as you try to hold on tight.
Please be good to me. Please, please, please. Oh my gosh, yes. 19.
All right, excellent, excellent. Yeah, so Journey, with one final like, you start to lower down and make it down into the boat. The last person who's up on the deck is Emil, and he actually is gonna untie Journey's rope from the boat, and you see that he kind of like pulls it back up. He's actually gonna loop it through some of those. If you can kind of see on the boat, like there's part of like the banister. He's gonna try to loop it around those so that way you can retrieve the rope.
Oh, so kind of like shimmying down with it and then.
Yeah,
Smart.
because otherwise the rope is gonna be stuck on the boat. So he's trying to do his best to help out with making sure that no more rope gets left behind.
I already used the unlucky 13 on us, guys. Don't worry, we're good.
Now, because he's doubling it up, it's not going to quite get him as far as it did for everybody else. So he is going to probably have to drop down the last little bit.
We'll be ready.
He's aiming for the water because you guys are all in the boat right now, and he doesn't want to knock the boat over. So he's going to aim for the water.
Hopefully he can swim.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Still want to aim for the
indeed.
water?
Yeah, no, he would have because he doesn't want to risk you guys getting hurt. Yeah, so Emil is very proud of this idea of like, I can make sure we save the rope and I can make sure that everyone's okay and I'm gonna be okay and this is fine, this is really, really fine. And as he starts, the banister he's looped it around just snaps.
Oh no!
He rolled a 2.
Oh, it's even worse!
So
God.
he's falling the full length. Like, Aiko, when it broke for you, you at least made it a little bit of the way down. He's just plummeting.
Use the wings!
I don't know if his wings can actually help him here.
I don't know. Aiko's first reaction would be use the wings.
Use the force, Luke!
Use my tails. You have to have something that can help.
Kinda.
Yay!
Well,
Yes, Hannah says stretch break and hydrate to anyone.
cool.
Fine.
He can use it to propel himself 10 feet. So I don't know if
Propel
that's
himself?
like it basically bursts him in the direction that he's facing, but the problem is the direction he's facing is up.
You can try again.
The
I mean, you could.
rope already broke. Like, or the banister already broke.
There's more banisters. This ain't a one-boat banister.
One banister boat.
One banister boat.
We can say words real good around here, guys. We promise.
And
No,
then
he's
boating
gonna.
it was not part of our memories before this. I'm just gonna skip
He's gonna go ahead and he's probably gonna have to take some of that damage.
it. Aw.
Yeah, poor baby, buddy.
Hello Kitty Band-Aid will help. I've got more. I've got more.
I'm trying to find enough D10s for this. Okay.
Emil
Use the
fucking
ball's luck
died.
on me.
We
Now I
literally
feel bad.
You survived this whole thing and he
big
dies.
monster, and this
Please
is how
no.
Emil goes.
Guys, I'm sending the picture my mom
Oh,
sent me
God.
of the,
Oh,
and I
no.
quote, the funnelator.
The funnelator?
Oh, no.
I'm scared. I want my mom.
It's in the group chat.
Potato launcher?
Yeah, it was they used it as
Holy
a water balloon and a potato launcher. That is my mother, beautiful. And that is my dad and our friend Tom, who is a childhood friend of ours. Yeah, so
So
Enjoy.
Emil, as the rope breaks, almost immediately when he puts his weight like really down on it, just plummets down the side. He just took 25 points of damage from that.
is he still conscious?
He is. He's not feeling
Okay.
great by any stretch of the imagination. But the good news is because he was doing the best out of everybody that it's all right. Like that he's alive. So he just
making sure we go ahead.
yeah, no, that he's not like drowning in the water.
Yeah, like I
Um,
was like, do we need a Baywatch in here? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
So
four
So
of us,
you see
like-
that he just like plummets into the water and it just loud splash like sprays up at you guys and everything. And it does take a minute before you see Emil like resurface in the water, just like sputtering and coughing and just waving. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Aiko would be ready to dive over because she doesn't have armor on, so she's literally being like, okay.
And he lands close enough at least that he's able to he lands close enough to the boat at least that he's able with everyone's help to climb up into the boat and get in the boat with everybody. But he is poor baby soaking wet and just not having a good time now.
Like a sad puppy.
Yeah.
I have a bedroll he can towel off with.
Aww.
I can use that.
He will gladly take the bedroll to help towel off, because
Yes.
he's just not a happy camper. But Journey, he does undo the rope that's around his body and just hands you back your rope.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Happy that I could be of assistance. Sort of. All right. So, destination to the big boat.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything that you guys want to do to prep before you get to the bigger boat as Yadil starts rowing?
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry,
No, go ahead.
Fuck.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Arcadia's gonna mention that she can become a fish and go scope out things if necessary. But if we just want to also balls to the wall just go, then that's fine. But if we're a little sketched, then she can go do that.
Aiko would also mention like after that, that we still need to like brainstorm a way to possibly get our memories back.
All right. So, Case, fish mode.
I mean, if everybody wants me to go scope it out, I'm more than willing to.
I think it might be a good idea. Just after everything we've experienced, we don't really have too much health to
Fair.
mess around
Yeah.
with.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll do that then. Yeah. I don't know if
Is
I
there
should
a
do, like-
way that you could communicate with us while you're in fish mode, like to make sure that like you're okay?
Wait.
Yeah.
We are not sending this fish in with a little helmet on. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say I have the helm of telepathy, but I don't know if that would work as a fish. If it like,
It'd be really funny.
because I could be like a dolphin.
So Case, here's the thing, right? Is that you as a druid, when it comes to your wild shape, it changes some stats, not everything. Like, because obviously otherwise that would suck, right? If you say I'm gonna turn into a fish, then you turn into Dory, and then you're like, what am I? Who am I? Whale time! Like, right? Like, you wouldn't be able to actually do anything in D&D. So, which would be a nightmare. But yeah, so, you Yeah, so it says you retain your alignment, personality, and intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. You also retain all of your skill and saving throw proficiencies in addition to any of the creatures, which is lovely. You retain benefit of any benefits of your features from your class, race, or other source. You can use them if your new form is physically capable of doing so. So for you, if you're keeping your intelligence, and you can use the Helm of Telepathy, any equipment that the new form can't wear must either fall to the ground or merge with it.
So it would have to fit.
It would have to fit on a fish head. So equipment that merges with the form has no effect until you leave the form. So if you could find a creature that has a swim speed and could wear a helmet, you could use it, but a fish probably would not be it.
Is mermaid an option?
I think it needs to be a beast, and technically mermaid, it needs to be a beast, and a mermaid actually is a different kind of creature.
Okay.
Cat attack.
I was like, that'll probably fit.
Yeah.
Stop.
So,
He's
Case,
like freaking out.
do you want to? You're good. Do you want to do fit? He heard fish and was like, fish.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah. So, do you want to change into something that has a swim speed, and also could? I'm working on it. Words are hard.
It's okay. Yeah, I think I do want to try. I just don't know what I would be able to turn into. That would have a head.
If you guys want to talk about it above table, I'm okay with that, because this is kind of a unique. Like, I mean, really, you would be able to talk about it in game, even of thinking about like what are creatures that could swim and also could wear a helmet.
Oh, we should ask Hannah, since Hannah's the marine biologist.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling all Hannahs. Calling all Hannahs.
Yo, Rebel.
Wait, no. Well, you gotta give the signal. Hannah, we are looking. Hang on. Hannah, we are looking for. Case is trying to figure out a marine animal she could turn into. Now, granted, it has to be one that Arcadia would have seen before. So one that Arcadia might have seen before, where it's a marine animal who has a head that could wear a helmet. And granted, the helmet can shrink down to fit its head, so it doesn't have to be like it fits an Arcadia-sized helmet. Okay. Like, the helmet will shrink down to fit its head. You just got to figure out an animal that swims and also can wear a helmet. One person suggested crocodile.
But it's not a sea creature.
I didn't say it had to be sea creature. I didn't say it had to be a sea creature. But swim speed.
I still want to drown.
We could do a swordfish.
Hannah said alligator or dolphin or something larger like that.
My first thought was dolphin.
I would say dolphin or a swordfish, because you could defend yourself.
Or shark.
True.
A shark is kind of like a dolphin.
Is a
but,
shark
you
going to
know,
be, but again, that comes back to the fish issue. Is it good? Are they going to be able to wear a helmet? That's your whole point, was that you have that, like, that it literally has to be, they physically have to
Oh,
be
yeah,
able to wear
true.
it. Right, that's
I was
part of
thinking
it.
that sharks look kind of like dolphins, but they do not.
There's a recommendation of a giant turtle. You could be a turtle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
you
true.
could
Would-
potentially.
Would we still
yeah.
be able to get there in a timely manner?
Turtles can swim fast.
Okay.
Sea turtles.
He's not on land. He can do this. I will say you cannot be the dragon turtle. The dragon turtle is a gargantuan dragon that is a 17 challenge rating. You can't be
Oh,
that
wow.
one.
Please,
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
That's
that
okay.
one is too much.
Our chat is like, be a seahorse or a shark, please.
And you do have
a
you have a
seahorse would actually be smart.
you do have a limit on how high a level you can do. So you can do a half challenge rating for your beast.
Surfbot said there's giant seahorses that have a swim speed of 40. So that's
Dang.
fantastic.
That'd be pretty cool.
I feel like, because the way seahorses are, like a helmet could just go straight on. Because like the issue with the fish is they don't really have a head.
Right, that's why I said that you can't really do that.
Yeah,
With it.
a seahorse does
Uh,
kind of because they.
Faith recommended a seal
Oh,
as
those are
well.
cute.
You could do a seal. And for anyone who's asking why, because some people are asking why do we need a helmet? Case's goal is to use her helm of telepathy to be able to communicate back with folks.
She's just very clumsy. She runs into a lot of coral.
So that's partly why that we're talking about it needs to be able to wear a helmet, because if it otherwise, then there's no point in that.
What would this would be something Aiko would ask, is what's something that would be non-threatening if people on the boat did see it, they wouldn't like harpoon it immediately, like a seal versus a like I don't like I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's valid.
Yeah,
Good point.
that's why I was like leaning away from a shark.
Because we don't want to
yeah.
scare them.
Would
Like
the
a
turtles
seal-
not work?
Would a what not work?
Would still work.
A turtle could work. Some folks have been asking about the giant snapping turtle, and that one is too much.
Would a
It's
giant
too high of
seahorse
CR. Giant seahorse is available, so you could do giant. You could do giant seahorse. It's a large seahorse, which just amuses me. Yeah, I mean it would. It would be like the tiniest little helmet ever, but yes, you can make it wear a helmet.
Oh.
It's like a little tea hat.
And it does
My
have
vote's for the seahorse,
it does
though.
have a swim speed of 40 feet.
I just want her to roll up and be like, and like jump into the water. Lady.
Okay.
I think you couldn't go wrong with any of those, honestly. It's
Yeah.
a Arcadia flair. What does Arcadia feel?
I think
The only other thing I'm just trying to double check is how far your helmet works, or if you have to be able to see the person you're trying to be telepathic with, because you should be able to see
True.
them. That's a little tougher.
I have a stupid question while we're waiting.
Go for it.
How prehensile are my tails? Do I have enough power to make them like a motorboat behind us, like tails?
I'm
and
gonna
Sonic
just
the
go ahead and
Hedgehog?
probably say no.
Okay.
No on that one.
oh my god.
Just curious.
That would be because to me that's something where it would then become like that would be like a racial ability that you could do something like that. You know what I
I'm
mean?
going to look for it in this world. Is there a way Kitsune can use their tails like a motorboat?
I mean, it
Or
would
a
help if
helicopter.
you knew other Kitsune. Too
Yeah,
soon?
rub it in. Okay, rub it in. I have an imaginary friend, and I have these images that show up in my futuristic
Your nightmares?
dorkscape.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I just wanted to be Tails. It's the new Sonic movie coming out. I was like, I could propel this boat, and
You're
we
like,
could maintain
"Ah."
the range with the
Nice
helm of
thought.
telepathy. That'd be great.
Oh goodness.
So the helm of telepathy, it just says like
I'm
I
looking
just
up
have
detect thoughts now.
oh.
Because I think
Oh, that's the one.
because
Yeah.
that's detect thoughts is essentially what you're doing is it's you casting
Yeah.
detect thoughts and then just being able
True.
to like do it more or
You are so
less.
smart.
Otherwise, someone in chat suggested that if a person's wearing some light armor or less, someone could ride you just a little bit above the surface. Karoo.
Stop.
Please. Wing
could-
fox!
I could also theoretically just swim there and then swim back, or swim like halfway there and then halfway
And then report back,
instead
right?
of-
Like we don't have to do the it would be so dope, but
I like the idea of some sort of sea creature with a hat, but
what is this? What are we doing?
I love that we've talked about this for a solid 10 minutes.
This is
Are we gonna make it to the fall court tonight? Are we?
You know what? At this point, I don't know why I was worried about. Gosh, I don't know if we're gonna have enough for what they're doing tonight. I need to prepare all these things, and then we get here and there's a 10-minute conversation about a seahorse. So you know, gosh dang it! Faith just said we're having a whale of a time. It's okay.
Yes.
Let's just all finish this conversation and move on. We gotta quit seahorsing around.
stop it! Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
Like the sea turtle and the hare. Let's go.
Fantastic.
Were we able to determine how far the ship is?
Like
I know probably not exact measurements, but
yeah, it would take you probably a couple turns to get there, even in seahorse mode, because it was basically far off. Like it's also foggy, so it's a little harder to tell like exactly where it is, but it's close enough you can see it. It's just not close enough for details just yet. That was super specific.
it's okay.
Oh goodness.
Okay. I'm fine with just zooming there and zooming back, to report my information, rather than
Okay.
trying to
Okay.
put a helmet on a seahorse.
Yeah.
Totally fair. So what are you transforming into? Are you doing the seahorse, or are you doing a different creature then? Because you don't need the helmet.
I want to
no.
be a turtle.
A turtle?
I gotta be a turtle.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Cool. So you see that Arcadia just goes into turtle mode. I'm assuming someone's gonna help get her into the water.
Help me.
I think Karoo should have that honor. Yeah.
This
is so cute.
This is adorable, and I want a picture of it now of just Karoo lowering Turtle Cadia into the water.
Yes.
My little flappers.
Aiko's gonna have the bedroll that she's like wringing out ready for her in case she needs it.
Excellent.
And she's also gonna keep an eye on her in the front of the boat.
Excellent. So, yeah, Arcadia, you make your way through the water, and it's for a while you guys can actually see little Arcadia kind of bob with the waves, like so she's kind of like riding along and bobbing with them as she goes. And then she gets a little too far out into the fog for you to be able to see her. Arcadia, as you get closer to the giant ship, you can tell that it's not moving. It's pretty stationary, and from turtle vision, because you're way down low, as you look up, it's massive to you. Almost as massive, or just about as massive as the gross ship was as you were leaving it. This is just so adorable, and I love it. So you notice that this ship, though, it seems to be about the same height as the other one, but it seems to be in much better shape. Make me a perception check, by the way, Arcadia.
Be good to me, be good to me, be good to me. Okay. 23.
Okay. So as you look up, you can tell that, like, as you're kind of, like, looking up and your head keeps popping up above the water, there's a few things that you can tell. One, again, the wood on the ship seems to be in really good condition. Like, someone here takes real good care of the ship. Two, you can actually hear voices. As you can hear a male voice calling out, Emil? Aiko? Arcadia?
Oh.
And then it kind of pauses again for a second. Journey? Carew? You deal? And then kind of seems to stop again as it waits for any kind of response.
Can I tell if it's a male or female voice?
Male sounding voice.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can tell it's a male sounding voice, but
Great.
they're calling out all of your names.
I think I know who it is.
And there's a little bit of quiet that passes, and then you just hear again the call out of everybody's names. And as little turtle you kind of backs up a little bit, because if you're too close to the boat, you can't, crane your neck high enough to be able to see it. As you kind of like back up a little bit, you can't hear him as well, but you can see that there's a male figure who's standing up on the edge of the boat, and is just kind of like seems to be like hanging on to like one of the ropes on the side as he's like calling out, trying to see if he can see anything, look for anything. But you've never seen this person before in your life. But they look kind of like darker brown hair, and a pretty decent athletic build, and everything. But he's just looking and calling out, and just keeps like pausing and then calling out again, to try to see if there's any response.
Okay. I'm sad.
How long are you hanging out around there?
I guess just like a couple of his rounds of calling out to see if I can hear anything else.
By his second round, as you've kind of backed up to see who's calling, by his second round, you can see that there's a darker-haired woman who joins him at the side, and just has arms crossed, and you see that when she approaches, he stops in the middle of his rounds of calling, and they kind of talk for a moment, and then he goes back to calling out the names, and she's just standing by and watching.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything else a turtle can see. So I guess after hearing like a couple of rounds and seeing at least those two people,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just turn around and flap my way back.
Making my way downtown, flapping fast, faces past, and I'm
That's
shit
me.
bound.
Fast as I can.
Oh my goodness, so true.
Ben said that the difference in how wholesome this session is compared to last, just like
Yes.
100%. As we're sitting here like turtle. Oh goodness. All right, yeah. So you can head on back. While Arcadia's away, did anyone else want to try to do anything or talk about anything or anything like that, or just waiting for Arcadia to come back?
Yeah,
Question
Aiko's
about
just like eyes peeled as far as she can look.
Maybe Carew might talk to Yadil and ask what the pirate life is like.
You interested in joining?
Maybe.
Mm. You might need to get your sea legs under you first. You didn't handle it too well up there.
That is fair. If I could get used to the storms, I think I'd be a little better.
Storms are half the fun. The other half's the fighting.
Well, maybe with you there, I'd feel more comfortable.
We'll see about that.
She forgot that she's a married woman.
But no, she just kind of briefly, like as we're just waiting and everything, and as you're waiting, just briefly describes that the benefits of the life of piracy, namely money, booze, fun, not having to live your life in a city, and getting to get your aggression out from time to time, are her main descriptions of what she enjoys about her life as a pirate.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. As Yadil is kind of sharing one of her stories of a battle that she was part of at sea, you see a little head pop out of the water,
Aiko's immediately getting ready, like, come on. Into my arms.
As Turtle Cadia comes back to you, and as Turtle Cadia comes back to you, and with Aiko's help, is brought back up into the boat.
With towel ready, like, but then she realizes that you need to transform back, and then she's gonna set you down. And then towel ready.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Are you transforming back?
Yes.
Okay.
I just can't believe the absurdity of what just happened. It's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, but worse.
It's awesome though.
So what are you reporting back, Arcadia?
Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna tell them, like, so, fun fact, I think those people on the boat are looking for us. I heard a man calling out all of our names, repeatedly, and I saw a woman next to him. I don't know who they were, but the boat looked like this one, just better. I didn't see anybody else, but I think they're looking for us.
I mean, if they called our names, that's gotta be good, right? All of our names. Maybe they know all of us.
Maybe we're escaped prisoners. And they're trying to catch us.
They didn't seem hostile. They seemed kind of worried.
Where else to go?
I mean, they seemed like people, right? Better than what we dealt with on the boat.
Yeah, they're probably our only shot right now.
All right.
Yeah, Titan would turn to Yadil and say,
I'm
worst
sorry,
case
who would?
scenario. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, we've been playing so much D&D. Listen,
Titan was last night, my
I'm on
friend.
The third glass. No, we're not even at the fall court yet. No, it's so yeah, so Aiko would turn back to Yadil and say, worst case scenario, it's our own mistake if we go up there. You can stay on the boat, and if they turn out to be captors, then you can swim away or take the boat and go. But I feel like they're our best bet.
Fine by me.
And if we are captors, then we could try out that pirate life.
Sing of our tales and all. Sing of our tales and adventures.
Yeah, Yadil's on board with the promise that you all get to go check it out first, and she's gonna get to get out of here if things go south. She's not super keen on boarding a boat with no real backup in any way, shape, or form, except this tiny little lifeboat, until they know what's there. And Emil is on board because literally, what other choice do we have? He just sunk into the water. He doesn't need to do it again. He will take his chances with the boat people.
Arcadia, I just want to point out that while Aiko is helping towel you off, she's using her tails to help kind of like dry you as well. Just tickling here and there. So very pleasant, warm experience.
Yeah. So as you guys are, as you guys kind of come to that game plan that is your goal, Yadil goes ahead and shrugs. And I'm assuming, Aiko, I'm assuming you don't still have sanctuary on yourself?
It lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So however, let me know.
I mean, by the time you get to the boat, it'll be gone.
Okay.
Because you hung out and explored. Yeah, you hung out and explored around the boat, and then you were waiting for everyone to get down, and then Arcadia had to go check out what was near the boat. She was there for a bit and then came back. So yeah, I just want to make sure that we were with that. So, you guys make your way over to the large boat. And it takes you a little bit to get there. Yadil is rowing. and probably partway through, Emil goes ahead and offers to try to take over for a little bit so she can get a little rest, because again, she's still not in good shape. And so they do their best to help row and make her way over. And again, I'm going to set you guys in the water, not because you are drowning, but because
Help.
you're approaching.
Help.
Uh, so it's going to look weird, but like, bear with me.
I swear we're not drowning.
I promise you are not drowning. You are not dead. You are simply in the boat. In the boat. All right.
We're just going for a nice leisurely swim, guys. Like,
We're just changing things up around here, you know.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, moving a couple things because that needed to be moved. Great. And you eventually arrive back at the other ship that you were able to see off in the distance. The closer you get to the ship, the more that the fog seems to lift a little easier. So the fog starts lifting a little bit more as you get closer to it, and it gets clearer. As soon as you guys are, basically within distance for the boat to notice you, Arcadia, you recognize the male voice that just starts calling out as that brown-haired man just starts waving like wildly at you. Hey! And just starts shouting, like you guys can hear that he starts shouting back to the boat, like, over here, they're over here! And is just calling out to let the boat know that you guys are approaching.
Do we recognize anyone, like, approaching? Like...
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. These you've never seen these people before. As you see that not only does he come up to the edge, you see that over the side there's a red-skinned tiefling who kind of pops her head over and goes, "Oh shit!" And then just darts back down and kind of heads back out. And by the side of the brown-haired man, Arcadia, you recognize the woman who appears as the one who stood by him when he was calling out your names. And immediately, like, you guys can tell there's, like, frenzy rush on the ship as people are trying to essentially figure out the best way to, like, get back to you and are starting to, like, lower ropes down so you guys can help get on board the ship and everything. Like, ropes, ladders are getting lowered down, everything. As everyone's making their way out to come figure out what the heck is going on. Are you guys gonna board the boat?
Aika would offer to them that she could first, because worst case scenario, she can puff into a fox and leap back down to the boat. And also, we know that she can take a fall if, as needed.
I think Karu would offer to go with her as well because Karu has a lot of health right now. And if anyone needs to fight, I think Karu would be able to, while everyone else could get away.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Aika would offer that they could go up first.
Okay.
Arcadia is gonna mention that the man and the woman that are like there,
Mhm.
these fellas, she's gonna mention that those are the ones that she saw. That man was the one who was yelling, and then she saw that woman next to him too. So they do look familiar.
Okay. Yeah, and then so as they're getting the boat closer, Titan would turn back to them, to Udil and say,
Well.
I did it again! Oh my god! This is what happens when I'm running on, like, a total of 8 hours of sleep over the course of 2 other D&D campaigns back to back.
Yeah. But we love it.
Yeah, so Aika would turn back to them, and specifically to Udil and say, if we go up immediately and we get captured, like, take them and go.
Don't tell me twice.
Yeah. And then Aiko's gonna hug Journey and say, if you see him grab me in a bad way, shoot. Yeah.
Journey's gonna say, I got you covered, don't worry.
Okay. And then she's gonna turn to Karu and say, if they start attacking, we jump.
Okay.
We just jump off. Can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Woo!
That was gonna
Okay.
be rough.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are starting to head up. So you're gonna climb up with ladders and everything, the ladder that they're offering down to you, so you can make your way. So, let me go ahead and move them a little closer to where they're actually gonna be. So you guys are going to be boarding, more on the side of the boat.
Okay.
And so Karu, I'm actually
Wait.
gonna go ahead and move you real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
For sure,
you're good.
sorry.
Yep, you're good. So I just want to make sure that you guys are in the right spot. Yeah. So as you board, a couple things happen. Right. Again, the higher up you get on the ship, and as you climb up, you can just see that there's just this frenzy of folks running around, trying to make sure that, like, you know, we have medical supplies on hand, that we have, like, whatever we need, like, whatever it may be, we're ready to go, we're good. And as you guys come up over the edge, you're immediately met by the brown-haired man who was waving to you, as he just rushes over and immediately, like, grabs Karu by the shoulders and is just looking you over and just, are you okay? Are you all right?
If she sees him go to grab Karu, like, Aiko's gonna kind of be a little tense at first, but then when she realizes that he's asking if she's okay, she's gonna kind of like back up.
We backing up. We good.
Yeah.
Karu's gonna be like a little kind of surprised and be like, oh, yeah, so, sorry, who are you?
You don't. And he's actually gonna look past you over to Aiko. Aiko, why doesn't she remember me? And are you okay? Then he immediately is gonna rush over to you as well, and is just like embrace, hug, looking you over, like total, like, nervous, just. Who's worried that something had happened to you guys? That something had gone wrong. That maybe you had drowned, and if you had drowned, I don't know how we would have found you. You don't have the tattoos that get you back to land, and it's not gonna help you that way.
I'm sorry. We don't remember. I don't recognize you. Who, do you know me? We were on a boat, and we all didn't know where we were, how we got there. We fought some crazy things. Know what's going on?
Oh. And you can see, like, he actually has that, like, deflated moment of realizing something actually, like, is wrong, and also his friends don't recognize him. And you see that
he is her best friend on this boat.
he just offers a little smile and just, right, sorry, I can introduce myself, since this is our first time meeting. And he actually, like, looks back over to the dark-haired woman, who just shrugs and nods. I'm Lee Peckman, Oleander for long, Lee for short, but nice to meet you. I'm the bosun on the Soggy Sticker. This is the ship that you're on. You've never been on the ship before?
I don't remember. It looked kind of like the other ship we were on, but the other one was in so much worse condition.
Can I do a perception check to kind of, like, because as Karu says it looks like that other ship, Aiko's kind of looking around.
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check. And as you do that, Karu, when you say that, the dark-haired woman immediately comes over to you. What do you mean it looked like this ship?
It just kind of looked very similar.
30-20.
Like it was the same height and the same kind of type of ship, and the floors. I mean, the top looked the same. But it was wrong.
Okay, and Aiko, as you look around, as you hear Karu start describing this and everything, and you look around, you realize, oh, like, things like the ballista that you excitedly ran toward is in the exact same spot. You see that, you know, coming out of the rooms are a few folks who, and you notice that the rooms are kind of in the same setup that, like, in terms of, like, location, are in the same setup that were on the other ship. I mean, even down to things like where you could find rope on the boat. Granted, the rope on the other boat was, meh, not great. But everything is the same.
Aiko is going to kind of relay that over. And honestly, like, she's gonna ask, can I go below deck for a moment?
And when you ask that, the dark-haired woman just looks to Lee and just nods. Accompany her. Don't let her out of your sight. You just, yes, ma'am. This way.
Aiko's gonna, like, already be leading the way.
Karuna
And-
go with her because she doesn't really want to leave her alone with these
Yeah.
people that you know.
Aiko would take Karu with her. Like,
Karu, as you start to go, you actually hear a voice behind you just offer, excuse me. And you turn and see that it's a dark-scaled dragonborn, who's dressed in pretty nice clothing. But he looks between the dark-haired woman and you and just offers, my name is Dr. Roran Carolon. I'm the surgeon on the ship. Do you mind if I just do a quick check on your vitals?
And Karu, she's kind of nervous, because it's very stressful not knowing anyone or why you're here, especially since they all seem to know them. So she might kind of look at Aiko and kind of like have a face of like, is this like a good idea?
Aiko would say, you can do it to me. What are you worried about? Do you know what's going on with our memories?
Well, I'm hoping I can try to find something out, or that one of us can. Your friends that are down in the water, though, are they all right? Is anyone injured?
Aiko's just gonna gesture to herself, and say, we had a really bad run-in on the other ship. If I just have to take a look at something under the deck.
The dark-haired woman just very curtly, you can go with Lee. You. And she kind of nods toward Karu. You stay above deck.
Okay.
Aiko would turn to Karu and put her hand over, like, both her hands over the one hand and be like, remember the charm I gave you? I will be right back. I just have to check for one thing. I'll be right back.
Okay, but if they try anything, you know to get off the ship.
Mm-hmm. You too.
Okay.
Aiko is gonna grab Lee's hand and just dart downstairs.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, like, bolt downstairs, and Aiko, this is weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, and Lee will happily open any door that you request.
Yeah, she's running over here. She's looking for the welcome mat.
Yeah, he bolts over and just, you see that the welcome mat is there. He's just like, Aiko, he's just, Aiko, are you all, I mean, our new friend person? Because it clearly freaked you out that he called you Aiko earlier. New friend, are you okay? What happened to you?
I don't know. We have to get to the top of the ship. The other ship had this. They had all of this.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. We can do
Grab
that.
his hand again.
Yep. Okay. I am rushing with you.
She's like, I want you to trust me, but we gotta go. Like.
Yep. And he just bolts back up with you, and like, so you guys come bolting up, and just a very confused Lee is following behind you. And you, again, everyone's just kind of looking to you for answers or for what's going on.
Aiko would come up to Karu's side and then come over to the other side, and she's going to holler over this boat and scream something.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
That
lose
was
Lil?
ominous.
That was so
Wait,
scary!
No, wait.
You froze, you froze. You're good,
Oh,
You're back now.
sorry.
But you said something, and then it just stopped.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
You're okay now. So something?
She's gonna say something's off about that other boat. And but like
You
she
just hear Yadil shout, "You don't say!"
and Aiko's gonna say, "Come aboard quick."
Alright.
And she's gonna turn back to Roran, and she's gonna explain to the woman who seems like she's in charge, and Lee, and anyone who's listening, and Karu, what she found with the welcome mat. How she knows that this is a welcome mat that she and Journey had back in the Court of Stars. It was on this other ship that was broken, dilapidated, and everything. And like, she's gonna kind of like briefly say there were monsters and they appeared as us, and this ship seems exactly like it. And I went down, and that welcome mat is in the exact same fucking spot. And she's like normally pretty collected, but this is like weird. This is something in like instinctually has like her hair on end.
And just feels
Yeah.
gross.
And she would go back to Lee and be like, "How do you know me? Like, what's going on?"
I thought we were friends. So we were friends. Do you not remember ever being on the Soggy Sticker?
She's gonna be like shaking her head. She's like, "Is there a way you can just show me that we were friends? Anything? Something about me? Something before all of this?"
You tinker. You make things a lot. 'Cause I work. I do a lot of woodworking myself, and you were really excited to get to learn with me, and kind of show me some of what you make, and I showed you some of what I make, and does that count? And
Yeah,
he
I
just looks
tinker.
lost.
Yeah, and she's like, "I tinker. At first I thought he said you tinkle, and then I was like, oh god, no. We all do. But no. Okay.
I dabble.
I puked in a lavatory just moments ago, but
What a fact.
yeah,
I'm gonna say, by the way, that unless for some reason Arcadia and Journey, you don't want to board the boat, that you guys are getting help. Like, you guys are getting helped up onto the boat as well. So Aiko and Karu, you guys are actually about to get. I'm just gonna kind of doink you over to the side super fast.
Yeah, all good.
And I will move Lee over as well, since you were chatting with him.
Yeah.
As the others are pulled up onto the boat. The boat. The boat. It is not on fire.
it's not on fire.
But yeah, so so Lee's trying to confirm that with Aiko, that like we were friends, I think.
She believes
Right?
him. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't tell everyone that she tinkers. So she trusts him, and she would try to like she's still like, like, I trust you, I do. I'm still just freaking out, kind of thing.
Arcadia, as soon as you, like, almost within a moment of you actually like feet land on deck, I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Why? Why?
I know why. I know why.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Do that strength saving throw, Bay. Do
It's a sticks. Uh-oh.
It's a what?
It's a 6.
Yeah, so you, as soon as like you get, like, you aren't even really able to get your bearings, to the point where you just like are almost it almost feels like football tackled, just a level of just intense impact, as you are just tackled in a hug, and you lose your footing and just stumble and fall onto the deck, as out of seemingly nowhere, Siren runs
Oh my
up
God.
and just hugs and just tackles you and just holds you tight. Oh my god, we were so worried. You guys didn't come back for such a long time, and now what the hell is going on with memory? she just immediately, like, she actually pushes you back and sits up and just looks at you dead serious. You better remember me, Arcadia.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I'm sweating. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm sweating
So-
for you. I'm like, oh god, the ship is gonna sink and not the real one.
Karu's sweating for you.
So, as she gets tackled, she's obviously going to shout a little bit, like, ah, you know.
Yeah, as
She's
one
on
does.
edge.
I
Is this
would
tradition?
lunge for her, honestly, if she shouted like she was being attacked.
It was more just like surprise, but like, as you know, this woman, is talking to her, she's just gonna kind of like stare, and then be very scared and intimidated at this intense eye contact, and then she's gonna just kind of, I don't think I do.
But we, and she almost seems like just like, and she's like still very intensely staring at you as she's trying to figure out the words to say. And Arcadia, you notice that the drow elf who's standing near her just reaches over and kind of touches her shoulder. Siren, I think something's wrong, but they'll be okay. Just maybe give the girl some space. And Siren kind of pulls back from you, just mistaken identity, I guess. Sorry about that.
Oh, my heart, it hurts. Oh God. No.
And she kind of steps back to give you some space and everything. And is you, like, it doesn't even take an insight check. Like, you can see from the look on her face that she's still like watching, very worried, and very concerned.
Okay. So Arcadia's gonna kind of stand up and like brush herself off a little bit. And she's gonna tell Siren, or this woman who she guesses is Siren, I would love to remember you. I hope I do. Even though it kind of scared me, the warm welcome was really nice after what we just went through. So I would love to remember, but if not, I'd love to get to know you again.
Sure, we can do that.
Aiko, upon like hearing that, is gonna turn to Roran and be like, "You can help, right?"
I believe so. I hope so. For now, it would probably be best to get you all checked out and maybe let you rest a little. I can try to tend to everyone's wounds, while you rest.
Aiko would direct his attention to Emil and say he needs it the most.
Yeah, as you go to direct his attention to Emil, Arcadia, I'm moving you over since you were chatting with Siren a little bit. But you see that dark-haired woman has already approached Emil, and she just has like serious poker face on as she's talking with him. And so as you and Roran look back and see that the two of them are talking, he kind of turns back and just, how about I start with you and your friends first?
Yeah, Aiko would turn to Journey, and say, "Are you doing okay?"
I've been better, but I'm okay, I guess. A little bruised up.
Yeah, and so she would say, and she's gonna turn to Karu as well and say, "We're all gonna stick together. We've already stuck together through this much." And then she's gonna turn back to Lee and say, "Are you gonna stay with us?"
Would it help?
I know you know me.
I do. You're very nice. I like being friends with you.
Okay, you can tell us about yourself while we're down in the infirmary? And she turns back to Roran.
And Roran Warren kind of sighs, and he, like, you see that he looks back over, like, all the different folks, and is kind of counting off in his head. I'm sure the officers won't mind, but we might commandeer the officers' quarters for this. Assuming that none of you want to split up, I believe you said. Right. Let me clear it with the captain first.
Yeah, and then Aiko's gonna go with him to make sure that we get Arcadia.
Excellent. So yeah, so then he's gonna go ahead and just confirm with the captain. And you hear that he introduces her as Captain Adriana Aloro, or Captain Aloro.
Not Lunagoth.
Not Lunagoth. So you don't recognize the name. You see that as you guys get closer, you can see that Emil just has a look of panic on his face. Like, whatever she has told him has just scared the shit out of him.
Okay.
You also see that for Yadil, she has almost like a matching poker face that Captain Aloro has, of just... Journey, you remember when you and Yadil had the showdown about the money?
Yep.
It's that same kind of energy of, like, neither of us are breaking on this kind of feel. And as Roran suggests that you guys take the officers' quarters to rest and heal, Captain Aloro kind of looks around and just gestures. I want officers standing guard in there at all times. It's either that or we separate you all. Is that clear? Because just like you don't know us, we don't know what was on your boat either. And we don't know if you've brought it back to our boat.
Understood. When she sees that there's scolding going on, she's gonna kind of like how do I, like, she's trying to like find a way to get close to them, because she's like told Arcadia, like, you know, we're gonna be going to the officers' quarters. But if she sees Emil looking that scared, she's going to like try to put a hand on his arm and say, like, it's okay, like, we're not gonna let him hurt you. It's okay. We're together now. And then
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can get to him and do that, like, as you guys are heading into the officers' quarters, because the officers' quarters is like right here.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so it's just heading down. If you look down at the next level is just the interior of those rooms, so you'd be heading into that room that has 6 beds in it, which is why they said we should go ahead and put you in the room that has 6 beds in it if you don't want to get separated.
And then Aiko would turn to Yadil and say, you know, we'll be safe. We're together.
She just doesn't answer. Like, you didn't, like, you all didn't really get to hear, like, what was being said, as the person who was closest was Arcadia, who was currently being tackled to the ground at that moment. So you didn't get to really hear what was being said, but you can tell that whatever she said to Emil and Yadil, even though they have 2 very different responses, it was something that kind of shook both of them.
Rue might try talking to Yadil as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to, like, I guess, ease all of that tension and say something like, hey, I'm sure a pirate like you's been through worse, hey?
Apparently, I don't remember the worst that I've been through. Otherwise, she couldn't know that about me. And with that, like, Yadil just leaves, and she just heads over into the room.
Oh.
Yeah. Aiko would look back to Lee, because she's waiting on him to come.
Yeah, Lee's gonna be able to just... Right this way, we'll get you all comfortable. You can choose what bed you'd like, which is good. I would, I can see if, maybe we have some... I can maybe try to see if we have any extra good luck charms, that we could give each of you. So you'd feel maybe a little more at ease.
Oh, I can make some.
Good. That would be good. We apparently could use a lot of good luck right now. We just need everything to, we just need everything to go well and not sink, not drown. You guys, and he, like, looks at you very serious. Aiko, since you're the one who's kind of been chatting with him about everything, just very serious, like, leans in, very quiet. I have to ask you something very important. You can't laugh at me.
I wouldn't.
Did you bring any bananas on board?
I knew he was gonna ask this. By the way, we all have a stretch break. Oh my god, this feels great. Aiko's gonna kind of cock her head and say that again?
Did you bring any bananas on board?
And she's going to say, no. Are bananas why we're... Oh god. Are bananas why we're in trouble?
I really hope not. Because if that's the case, there's nothing much worse than that.
Aiko's gonna be like terrified. Like she's like, what do you mean?
Bananas are bad. Really bad. They lead to a lot of ships disappearing. They lead to people getting sick and dying after voyages. They lead to so many bad endings for voyages and for sailors that you can't have any. You can't have any on the ship. So I need to know, you and your friends, I got so close to doing it with a straight face. And then I literally was like glanced down and I saw Taylor laughing. And I was just like, dang it. I need to know that you and your friends have not brought bananas on board this boat.
I mean, Aiko, like, he put the fear of God in Aiko. I mean, like,
yeah, no, it's the fear of bananas.
Like, she's like, I don't know, you can check my bag. And she's like looking at her snack pockets. Like, she's like, I don't have bananas.
Good, don't ever bring bananas on this boat. Like, don't ever bring them on here. Don't do it. Don't. No.
I don't have them.
Good.
And she's gonna turn to the group and be like, does anyone have bananas?
No bananas here. I don't even really like bananas.
Good. No bananas. Okay. Good. All right. It's good to know. And like you can see, he actually looks relieved. Like for as serious as he just was about this, he actually looks relieved. Like, okay. Whew. All right.
I'm gonna sit in the corner and make some charms.
Oh, did I scare you? I didn't mean to scare you. I really didn't. Captain says I get a little serious and intense about superstitions, but
Sorry, chat's like, who said the B word? You know it triggers him. It's so true.
Everyone's losing their minds over bananas. But like, no, but he's like intensely like looking like, no, we're good though, right? Like we're okay, we're good. But like it's actually like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Captain says I get a little intense about superstitions and everything, but you all seem like you've been through a lot. So I just want to make sure you were not okay. I'm supposed to stand guard. I think I will just wait outside, I guess.
You said you like to tinker. You can help me make some charms if I teach you.
Okay, that would be good. Sorry. And you can see,
or
like,
we can make some banana bread.
Karu, do you say that in character?
Yeah, Karu says that in character.
Oh my god.
As like a joke, like she's teasing,
yeah,
you
Karu,
know,
as you say that, I mean, I will say, even if you had your memories back, you never would have seen Lee this serious before. As he just marches over to Karu and just says, "Empty your bags now."
It was
Empty your bags. Empty your bags.
Okay,
Empty your bags.
You can look through them.
And he just starts digging through and is like pulling things
out
out left
like,
and
are
right.
we being robbed again?
Yadil just rolls over in her bed and is like, "I'm over here. You're not getting robbed, I think." Yeah, and he just immediately is digging through until he is satisfied that Karu, in fact, doesn't have bananas.
But she is a redhead,
So
she's already on
well,
a
I
shit
will.
list.
I will say that because everyone's been because people in chat have been mentioning it too. Like, wait till he finds about women and redheads. I'm not running the women and redheads superstitions. More out of inconvenience than anything.
Wait, that's a superstition?
Yeah, it's actually so the banana thing actually comes from it's a sailor's superstition that it was bad luck to be on a ship that had bananas. So
I never knew that.
Yeah, so that's why I said it. It wasn't just me being funny about it. It's Lee is a very superstitious person for good reason. But is a very superstitious person, and one of his big things is bananas, because it's bad luck to bring bananas on board. And it's actually a thing, and their theory behind it is that part of it was like based on how quickly bananas went bad. Sailors would get sloppy about like trying to be quicker about things, so they wouldn't be as careful with making sure they're being safe. And the other thing too that they would say is that bananas could hide like bugs and spiders and parasites that would end up essentially infecting or infesting like the ship and everybody else and everything. And so that's why they would say that there was the whole they would say that if after you've had a ship voyage that involved bananas, that either the ship would disappear or the whole crew would get sick and die. So it was actually a thing. But yeah, so that's why he's very dead. Like, he has other superstitions. Like, he has a number of tattoos. Almost all of them have to do with superstition. Almost every single one. That's why, like, when you guys came back on board, he was like, "We were so worried that you had drowned, and you don't even have the right tattoos to get back on land." Like, because he actually, like, he has tattoos on his feet that are meant to help the gods know that he is a land creature and needs to get back onto land should he ever drown. Yeah. Yeah, all those good things. So, but that's why he's serious about it. But the women in redheads one, I'm like, that's gonna be real inconvenient real fast. So I'm okay with not running those two.
Instantly hates Karu.
I know, exactly. I was like,
instantly.
well, because that's the thing, is like for him, and Handsome, yes, someone asked, does he have a pig tattoo? He has a pig tattoo on one foot and a rooster tattoo on the other foot, because those are the land animals you get tattooed on your feet to get pulled back onto land. So that was our little history aside for tonight.
Today I learned.
The more you know.
Yeah. Go to pit.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah. So after he is satisfied that there are no bananas on board, he does kind of take a seat at the desk and starts helping work on kind of making charms and like small carvings. And you guys are now able to take a rest if you'd like. I'm gonna drag Emil in here because he wasn't in here earlier.
Yeah, Aiko's gonna fall asleep making charms. It's actually gonna be kind of
Are you guys taking a short rest or a long rest?
Oh, Aiko's passing the fuck out.
Long rest?
I mean, if you think about it, we were pretty traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, so if that's the case, then we'll go ahead and say you guys are taking a long rest so you can get healed up.
Nice.
Does this also regenerate all of our like spells and things?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys are back to
Get
full.
my mass healing word back.
Hey, yeah. So you guys are back to full health. You get your spell slots back, which is a blessing. I don't know why I went to the rogue's spell slots. Like, oh, he has spells. He does not. He has a pointy rapier, and that is it. But cleric, on the other hand.
I gotta make sure all my stuff's.
In addition, if you have anything that says you can use it per rest or per long rest, you can get those things back now.
Bring me my beads! Bring me my girls, aka my beads. And I'm talking about my beads of favor, my beads of blessing, and my beads of curing, which I totally read that as beads of, like, curry. And I was like, yes, my beads of curry.
My beads of curry.
We watched too much RuPaul's.
You say that like I wasn't just watching All-Star Season 5 finale right before I hopped on for this.
I'm so proud.
So anyway, you guys have your long rest. And as you have your rest, the other members of the crew kind of take turns with keeping watch, or helping Lee keep watch and making sure you guys are good. Roran makes a round or two of just like as you guys are resting, just making sure that vitals are okay. You're not turning into scary monsters. You're not doing anything weird. Like, you are okay. You seem to be fine. Even the captain makes a round through. Siren actually also takes up post and actually kind of sits over at the other desk and just is nervously watching. And even when it's like time for her shift to be over and someone else to take over, she just offers to she'll wait it out.
Yeah. I want to point out that Aiko actually sleeps. Like, she's
like, no nightmares, straight up sleeps. Love it. Love it.
This is like drooling on the pillow.
That's
like
what it takes.
Yeah. Brass has seen me, Mallory's seen me, like, y'all know how I sleep.
The little sleep.
It's not pretty.
Oh.
It's literally like,
I'm jealous of little sleeping skills,
stuffed
honestly.
animal.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's Aiko. That's Aiko tonight. So
Excellent.
this is
Imagine her like starfished out on the bed, like just completely.
She's like, I'm done.
contorted.
I'm done.
Yeah, like, you all saw me doing the potato launcher. It's that, just face down.
Not the potato launcher.
Full circle back.
So, as you guys start to wake up, there's a couple things that you notice as folks start to wake. I'm gonna start with our elf, because you only have to really be in a trance for 4 hours. So you would be the first one to wake up. As you kind of wake up from your trance and start to look around, you see more than a few familiar faces. As you see Journey next to you, who you recognize as not only a really dang good friend and a really dang good fighter, but as, of course, one of the other envoys from the Court of Stars.
I'm gonna start crying.
I'm tearing up. I'm like, yeah.
Fucking my eyes just got so watery.
You look over and you see a very exhausted Lee, who you recognize from your couple weeks that you spent on the Soggy Sticker, on your way to the Court of Fall, of course, because that's your job as an envoy, is you have to make your way to the Court of Fall and the other courts. You see that he has a stack of good luck charms sitting next to him, as if that is literally all this man has been doing for the last 8 hours, is making good luck charms, because he's just been nervous, and that's just what he's doing.
My heart.
You look over and you see your friend Aiko passed out completely, or as you know her, Groot Bomb.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, just totally passed out. And you're actually pretty impressed, because you're used to Aiko not sleeping. And you're used to seeing that she doesn't sleep. So you're like, you know what? Good for her. And as you look across the way, you see Wifey. You see your best friend, Karu, passed out. And you see Emil and Yadil, who you recognize from being on the ship as well. You recognize that Yadil actually helped make the special meal for Aiko that you guys did when you were on the ship prior to your adventure. You do remember your
I'm fully
adventure in
crying.
full.
Fully
And-
crying at this point.
And you recognize Emil as he kind of tosses and turns in his sleep. But even tossing and turning, this is probably the most restful that you've ever seen him. And then, of course, as you take a look at the scene, you just hear a, well, hey,
I'm not.
You're
I'm not
awake?
emotionally ready.
I just saw her.
Okay, hold on. Let me like get my shit together. Okay.
I'm not ready for you.
So, yeah, Arcadia's just gonna be like looking around and like, so is she aware that she lost her memory, or is it just like a blackout period?
You'd be aware, like, you're aware of everything from your adventure. And so you're aware of everything that happened. Like, you're aware of everything that happened on the boat. You're aware of everything that you experienced. It's just almost like memories have now been unlocked. And you're back to normal. It's almost like if you ever think about a time when, like, you couldn't remember something, and then, like, it was bugging the shit out of you, and then later you remember what you couldn't remember, but you remember that you didn't
Gotcha.
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how many more
Yeah.
times can I say the word remember. But it's that kind of it's that kind of feeling, but you know that instead of it being for just like a why did I walk into this room? What did I need? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot that I walked in there to go get my keys. It's you know that you had that feeling for at least several hours as you were on this adventure.
Okay. So okay. Composure. So yeah, she's just gonna be looking around, kind of like noticing everything, and then when she hears Siren next to her, her head is just gonna snap right over to her, and she's gonna like kind of stare at her and like blink for a minute, and then just jump out of the bed and just dive on her and just give her a huge hug.
Oh, I was gonna say, roll for kisses.
And as you just like, I mean, she gets like knocked back into the desk as you hug her, and she's just, okay, is this in retaliation? Is this because I did it to you earlier? I'm sorry. I realize now that you don't know me and we have not met, and like it's the way she's saying it almost sounds like someone's had a talking to with her about chill. They need to like ease them back into everything. We don't know how. Like she almost sounds like she's kind of saying something she's rehearsed of the
That's exactly how I
sorry that I approached you when we've never met before kind of thing.
Arcadia's just gonna like laugh, and she has like no regard for the other people sleeping in the room at this point. Like they are not even there to her.
Girl,
And
you
she's
soil
just gonna
those
laugh.
sheets. You do what you need to do.
And what?
We sleep. What?
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, she's
From
just
your
gonna,
tears of
like,
happiness. That's what she means. It's from your tears of happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, she's just gonna like laugh and then just like shake her head really fast and just say, I didn't remember you yesterday, but I remember you now, and I'm really, really glad I do, and I miss you a lot. And she's just gonna like be rambling on a little bit, kind of nervous and also like excited.
You actually don't ramble very long.
Do it.
As you tell her that you now remember her and that you're so excited that you remember her, and as you start to dive into the ramble and as you start to dive into the, oh my god, and then this happened and we tried to do this and like, I'm so sorry that I couldn't remember, she just grabs your face and kisses you.
Yes! Sorry, I literally typed in my chat, just shut up and kiss me, and I was like, I'm waiting. This is. Oh.
I'm sweating.
Oh
I'm hot. I'm sweating.
Yeah, we need to walk around. We need to take a lap.
So, chat redeemed the I ship it song. So for what it's worth, for the record, once again, chat. I asked everybody in the Discord communities to choose what they wanted to have happen at sea, and romance won. So,
Thanks.
For the record, my husband and our friend are playing a game downstairs, and my friend is Captain Mac. He's like, "What the fuck was that? I didn't even hear that through the stream. He heard it through the headset downstairs." I'm very excited. Congratulations, Arcadia. This is your moment, girl.
But yeah, so she just like pulls you in for the kiss, and then just kind of lets go and just looks at you for a second. Glad you're okay.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, Arcadia's very flustered. But just kind of like smiles and is like, yeah, me too. Yeah.
And she just kind of stands. I should probably let the captain know that you're back to normal, I guess. Are you gonna be all right?
And she's gonna like look around and see if anybody woke up from the loud, probably sound of me tackling her.
Lee is there and is staring at you and is just kind of like, okay, and just like as you
making your damn
that's
charm.
exactly it. As you
You don't see anything.
Keep your eyes down, bitch.
as you
I'm
make
gonna bring bananas on this boat.
as you make eye contact with Lee, he straight up goes back to like making his charms just immediately. Yep. Nope.
I love him.
He's
I
not
love him.
he's not super intelligent, but he's not dumb.
Yeah, so I love Lee. So Arcadia's gonna look back at Siren and just kind of like give a little nod. Yeah, I'll be okay. I hope everybody else remembers when they wake up, but yeah, I think.
Well, maybe just to make sure. And she kind of sits back down and just kind of grins. Just out of curiosity, what do you remember about me?
Oh no.
And she just has like the most playful smirk on her face.
Dat ass.
So Arcadia's gonna kind of like look at her for a second, and then hold on, I have to check something because I wrote something down. And then she's gonna like kind of laugh and say, "I remember you really like being called doctor," because she doesn't want to be called doctor.
So you said you remember that she does or does not like it?
I wrote down that she doesn't like it.
Yeah,
Like, she
okay,
doesn't
so
want
that's
people
what,
to
so
call
okay.
her.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was
It
the
was
first. I was like,
sarcasm.
yeah, okay, cool, perfect. I was like, I'm just gonna double check before
Yeah, no,
there's
sarcasm.
two very different reactions.
She's having to pull a Lil, whereas like, are you being
We're just
sarcastic?
making
Give
sure.
the signal. Sarcasm.
And as you say that, Saren just kind of chuckles. That's a shame if that's all you remember about me, but maybe everything else will come back in time. Anyway, I should report to the captain. Safety
Yeah.
first and all.
Yeah,
You heard her. Safety first, Arcadia.
And she starts to leave and then kind of pauses and looks back at you. Hey, I'm glad you're safe. And
I'm just gonna like give her a little smile and just nod and say I'm glad to be back.
and she
I'm
just
sweating.
gives it on and she heads out to go
Sweating.
let the captain know what has most of what has transpired.
I vote more kisms. Por favor.
Yeah, so Arcadia, you're kind of like probably still having to rest a little because you guys, I love D&D, but going through like almost mortal wounds or like pretty much mortal wounds and then you were just healed within 8 hours just has always fascinated me. So probably still, I'm assuming still resting a little bit while everyone else is finishing up their rest. And in time, everybody else starts to wake up. Karoo, as you start to wake up, you kind of roll to one side and you're like, why is Emil sleeping next to me? And then you roll over to the other side and you're like, why is Yadil here? I mean, she's cute, but like, why is she here? And then as you sit up and take a look, you can't help but smile as you look over and see your other 3 envoys. And you see Arcadia, Journey, and Aiko all, Arcadia, who's wide awake.
Like staring at the ceiling, like
Sweating like a sitter in church. She's thinking about those hot kisms.
And as you start to sit up, you see who you recognize as Lee over working on an even bigger pile of good luck charms. It has just grown, like it's basically covering the table at this point. And you start to see that Journey and Aiko start to wake as well. And Journey and Aiko, as you guys wake up, you look around and see same thing. Where you see that you see all of the other envoys. You recognize your friends, Emil and Yadil, who are starting to stir, but it's just taken them a little bit longer to wake up. And the very anxious, very nervous Lee, who is... Aiko, you remember you told him, hey, I'll make charms with you. And from the look of it, he's literally been doing nothing but making charms.
I like to imagine... Sorry.
You're good.
I like to imagine that, you know how like when you fall asleep in class and like you drool so much, like the textbook page comes up on your face? It's like that with one of the charms or like the strings that she was sewing with originally, and she like sits up and she sees him and remembers him and then sees that he's been making charms all night, and she is just going to like happy dog when your owner comes home, like leap off the foot of the bed and just like tackle him in a hug. And just,
Everyone's
like,
getting tackled.
Yeah. No, she's, because like she remembers like he was like her friend on the boat for a while, and like she was really worried about him before they left, and knows that he's making charms because that was what she said she was going, that's like that would help people. So
yeah, he again happily takes the hug, and just, Aiko, hi. I kept making charms. We have plenty of charms now. There's so much good luck on this boat. Bad luck can't touch us.
Yeah. She's like pitting him, like sitting up, like, I'm so sorry, I didn't remember you. I didn't bring any bananas on board. I swear to God. Like, she's just like talking about like, you know, just how she remembers everyone, how she remembers like him tinkering, like teaching her all the superstitions. Like she doesn't forget any of this, but like she remembers it now. And then she's gonna kind of look up and see everyone, and she's gonna like you know, like go over to everyone and start checking in with everyone too.
Yeah, and he is beyond thrilled that you recognize him. Beyond thrilled. Crew, what's up?
Kuru, when she wakes up and kind of starts to recognize everyone, is actually gonna tear up a little bit. Because for her, she only remembered really being in the Court of Stars and being alone and having to leave everything behind that she knew. And what little, I guess, in the Winter Court that she did love. And she's now realizing she's gone from all that like extreme loneliness to having these friends again in one day. And realizing that she's not alone and that there's people here that she really cares about and she remembers them again. And it's just a very emotional thing for her.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Aiko sees her tearing up, I mean, I'll let everyone else have a reaction first, but depending on what people do, Aiko's going to crew if not.
Jordy, what's your reaction as you wake up?
Journey's probably just sitting up in bed and staring at everybody, and kind of like she's trying to like control her emotions a little bit. She's probably a little emotional too, remembering that she has all these friends and they're on this journey together. So she's just kind of like smiling and watching.
Karu, as you start tearing up, you hear a voice beside you. That just kind of calls out gently. Hey, Karu, you okay? And as you look over to your right, you see Yadil is sitting up and is kind of like yawning and rubbing her eyes. But she's looking at you just with like gentle concern. And all of that like harshness, I guess, that you remember from her as a pirate is just gone. You doing okay?
Crew's gonna smile. And actually Crew's gonna hug her. Because yeah, as much as she talks, you can kind of tell things are important to her when she doesn't, I guess, speak as much, and when it's more actions taking over, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's gonna say, yeah, I never thought I would have so many friends, and to think I had lost it all.
Yadil like kind of freezes for a second at the hug, and then as you say that, she actually relaxes and just hugs you back. Believe me, I understand what it's like to lose everything. and I understand what it's like to regain it. So, welcome back home.
Now about that gold.
Reaches into
Oh,
her pocket.
which actually, it occurs to you, Deal.
Bitch better have my money.
Yeah, no, yeah, like as soon as Karu seems okay to like, let go of the hug and everything. Yadil, as she's getting up, it immediately like reaches into her bag and just, I'm so sorry. I think I took some money. Aiko was yours, right?
Oh, yes.
I am so sorry about that. I really, really apologize.
I was gonna say, it's okay, Journey, I guess later in our friendship taught me not to give all my money away. I didn't remember those rules.
It's all
She's
good.
gonna turn back to Journey and be like,
Yeah, and Yadil just looks embarrassed more than anything, and she's just like, I'm sorry, I guess, old habits die hard. Huh.
don't be. If we didn't have you being such a hard ass, in a good way, we probably wouldn't have been able to rally and fight that thing as easily. We needed a leader.
Well. Happy I could help. Plus, it felt good to swim around a little bit again, too.
You were amazing. And, like, yeah, Aiko's, like, as she's, like, walking away, like, tail swishing, like, yeah, no, girl, you swam, like, a 50 free in 2 seconds. It was great. And she's going over to check on Arcadia and Journey, because she saw Karu have, like, a hug with her, and she's like, I'm gonna let them do their thing. But this Wing Fox over here. Wing Fox!
Drew also wants to hug Aiko.
Oh yeah, no. If she's done giving lady hugs, she's coming over and just like, she's so happy that she's feeling better, and she's happy that she remembers her and that she trusted her regardless, and it meant a lot. And she's
Crew's gonna come over and hug Aiko and hug everyone. Honestly, like she's just so overjoyed.
We've had turtles with helmets. We've had so many glomps. We've had kisses. This really is just a wholesome session.
Listen,
Yeah,
we
no,
needed
for real.
this. Okay, this is our therapy session.
I'm so happy.
Journey and Arcadia, you would notice it probably first because just of how the group is, like, since everyone's facing each other and, like, talking to each other. You see Emil gets up and kind of, like, surveys the room, sees that you're all right, sees that you guys are all hugging and having, like, a best friends moment, and he just walks out of the room.
no.
He walks out of the room, and you briefly catch a glimpse on his face that, like, something's not right, or something's kind of wrong. Like, where everyone else is, like, super happy and super excited, he just kind of... Yeah. I know, it's very descriptive. But just seems not himself. As he just leaves the room.
I could probably turn to Journey, and, like, look back at him and say, do you want to go check on him since you spent the most time with him?
Journey nods. Yeah, I'll go see what's up.
She's gonna hand her one of the charms, like, that they made. Like, yeah. In case he needs it. Wiping off the drool. Like,
Do you want one of the many ones that Lee made that are not drooled on?
any of them. She's just grabbing whatever closest that she, like, I mean, because she made, like, I like to think it was like the Sakura and the 1,000 Paper Cranes. Like, she got, like, through, 6, and he made the rest. Like,
He made the rest. He made the other 994.
man is dedicated.
I mean,
I mean, he
been
would
there
have.
for days.
Well, he would. Well, it was just a long rest for you guys, so it would have been 8 hours. So Lee basically just spent 8 hours, like
How are his
maybe.
fingers?
I mean, they're not great. Like he's probably not
Do you need
feeling
Hello Kitty
great.
Band-Aids?
We gotta
Oh.
give him some healing word, guys.
He'll be all right.
No,
He-
Aiko's gonna immediately have that realization and go give him Hello Kitty Band-Aids.
Everyone gets the Hello Kitty Band-Aids tonight. So Journey, so you go after Emil and you find that he's actually walked past everyone, like, and you follow out after him quick enough to notice that, like, even as people like Kyrie, who is like a friend of his, tries to go up and say something, he just waves her off and just keeps walking to the front of the boat. And then everyone kind of after a moment realizes like they're just giving him space. And as you approach, he's just not saying anything, just kind of staring out at the sea. And you notice, like, and you'll notice too, Journey, because you're outside now, that whereas the last time that you guys were out and about, the ship was like anchored, it was still. You guys are full speed ahead sailing now.
Okay. Journey's just gonna kind of like walk up next to him, like standing side by side, and just be like, "Hey, how are you feeling? I remember everything now, and I just wanted to check on you."
And he's quiet for a minute and just says, Fine. I remember everything too.
Oh, okay. Is there something bothering you? You kind of left the room a little abruptly.
You all were having a moment, and I just needed to get some air.
That's understandable. She's gonna take the charm that Aiko gave her and sort of like hand it over to him. I know this is kind of silly, but here you go. I just wanted to say thanks for everything you've done for me since I got on this boat, and I really appreciate you making me feel better and talking to me and listening to my stupid stories and stuff.
Stories aren't stupid. How much do you remember from about me from what I said on the other ship?
Well, I remember it all, but I mean, that other you wasn't you, so. Or wait, is he talking about like the mimic him or the?
He's asking about like the version of him that didn't remember anything.
Oh, okay.
And like what he was saying.
Okay. Well, I remember you seemed a little on edge and kind of worried about getting back to somewhere, but you didn't really explain in detail. You just seemed really worried.
Yeah, I haven't been back in that headspace for a long time. And let's just say I left home for good reason.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. If you ever need somebody to talk to, because I don't have really the best memories of before I started traveling with my friends here, I would listen.
Journey, if you, hypothetically speaking, could help someone else escape some of those bad memories, Would you?
Is that him asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
If it meant breaking the law?
I've broken the law plenty of times before.
It's like double in.
He just smirks and just for a second, like, a woman after my own heart.
Cute.
What if it meant your own life would be in danger?
I put my life in danger almost every day. That's really all I know.
This is different. This is a long-term threat that no one's been able to stop yet. If it meant going
Well,
up against that,
I would do it because I like you and you've helped me a lot, and I'll always remember that. If you need help, I'll help you.
I'm not the one that might need help escaping.
Oh, well, who needs help?
And you see, he actually kind of looks around to see if anyone else is nearby or listening or anything. And then Journey, he actually puts his arm around you and pulls you in closer
Oh.
and like leans down by your ear and just whispers, I might need your help getting someone out of the Court of Fall.
Journey just kind of like looks at him a little bit, I guess intensely, and she says, okay, who is it? I'm willing to help. What situation are they in? Are they trapped? Are they being held hostage?
I don't know their name, and I won't just yet. For now, 2 things keep in mind. You just, again, very close, very quiet whispering. You tell Alaric you're a friend. You tell him you're a friend of mine.
Okay, I'll remember that. Alaric, I'm a friend. I got it. Is there anything else?
Whatever you do in the Court of Fall, when you reach, if you reach my home, 2 people you don't trust. Don't trust Merrick. Don't trust Naveen.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Promise.
I promise.
No matter what they say, no matter what happens, you promise.
I won't trust them. If it's coming from you, then I'm not going to trust them.
That's all I can ask for now. And he just lets you go.
I'll give him his space.
Yeah, and he's happy to take that space. Very happy to take that space because he has had to
Process a lot.
like relive a headspace that he has spent centuries. Actually, honestly, it is actually centuries at this point. He has spent centuries trying to forget.
Does anybody else need to go to the bathroom? By the way, I was gonna take a quick pee break, but I just carry on without me if not. Then I'll be swift as the coursing river.
I have a theory.
What's your theory? Go for it.
Yeah?
What
Tell me a little.
if the person he wants you to rescue is the person that we need to take back to the Court of Stars?
Oh shit.
Birds one stone, baby.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
go.
peeing. That's too much for my brain to process after drinking.
Oh no.
I can't. I can't.
This is my theory. I don't know for sure.
Who knows?
Plot thickens.
The answer that everybody loves. All right. So while Willow's out, was there anything else that anyone wanted to do now that you have kind of started getting memories back? Anyone you wanted to check in with? Emil's gonna need to take probably a little bit of time to recover a bit before he's back to normal. But is there anyone else that you wanted to check in with or chat with before we carry on?
I'm too nervous to talk to Siren. I'm too nervous.
She kissed you. She likes you.
I'm nervous.
So I got bad news for you, buddy, because you still got about another week that you're on the ship with her.
I'm gonna have to get unnervous.
It's like those, like the elementary school relationships when, like, you don't talk to each other the whole time that you're dating. That's what it feels like.
Oh, Arcadia. Meanwhile, she's gonna be like, was I that bad? Like, was it that bad?
No! It was the opposite, and that's the issue.
See, here's what happens. Wing Fox walks away for 2 seconds.
What happened? Who kissed?
No one. That's the problem.
I was talking about how I was nervous to go talk to Siren, and I said, because then Mal was like, well, you're on the ship for another week, and I was like, yeah, and it feels like the elementary school relationships where you don't talk to them the entire time that you're together. That's what it feels like.
And then I said that Siren's probably gonna then be like, did I do something wrong? Was it that bad? Am I like out of practice? Like, did she? I guess she's not interested. Okay.
No! This is not canon.
Okay, so what did I miss? That was
No, like that literally was it. I was just mentioning to folks that if there was anything else that you wanted to do before, like, or anyone you want to check in with, like, as you guys are waking up and good to go, or are you all like, nope, we are ready to move along on the boat? That's like the sign for boat, is you do this.
I go and on the way back would just check with Journey if he's okay, because she's obviously not gonna crowd him. And then meanwhile they've all just been probably chilling in here, like kind of like recounting everything and then being like, okay, when's it safe to go upstairs and talk to Captain Adriana? Because
Yeah, we
Crew
should probably
also-
talk to her.
I'm not sure. I don't want to bother him, but Crew also kind of wants to apologize to him.
to Emil.
Yes. Yeah, for just kind of misjudging him and
Do you want to do that right now? Or do you want to wait until he's kind of cooled off?
maybe give him some time to cool off. I don't want to, like, push him.
Yeah, I imagine Journey comes back and is like, yeah, he'll be okay, he just needs some space.
Yeah,
but
she's gonna tell everybody
She'd
he
like
needs
to
space.
some time before they leave.
Yeah, definitely. I was checking in before we basically head into, everyone talking about what they want to do with their last week on the boat.
For sure.
Because, and I will say that as Siren left to go get Captain Adriana, the captain comes back pretty quickly, and, like, with her, and is, sorry, I have to add Siren into the scene again because that way then Case panics.
Great.
Love it.
Troll DM.
No, but the captain just, like, tells you basically to start from the beginning and give a report on what happened. And I'm assuming unless there's anything that you guys are hiding, that you just tell her everything that occurred.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of like listens and doesn't really respond as you guys go through until you reach the point where you're back on the ship. And just asks very curtly, "You're feeling better now? You have all your memories back? No creeping dark feeling in your mind?"
Aika's gonna realize that she has the future memories back again, and she's just gonna kind of like,
Yay!
like there are some memories I wish I didn't get back.
Theme for the week.
But she's gonna say they're all there. Back to sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's fine.
Well, as you guys seem to be fine, and as Lee and Siren have vouched for you, and in his rounds, Roran has found that you guys are okay, like you're doing all right, and everything. She just nods. "We're glad to have you back, and back in fighting form soon enough. We have about a week until we reach Hatsuse. But I trust, should anything arise, you will tell me immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And she starts to head out and then kind of pauses and looks back. I'm glad you're all safe. And then just heads out.
Are we?
No kidding, we are too. So guys, you have about another week or so on the ship before you reach port. Is there anything in particular you want to do with your week? Anything that you want to spend time, and we don't have to role play it out and everything necessarily, but anything that you want to do in particular, or kind of just briefly explain how your character would be spending that week on the Soggy Sticker before you hit port.
There is something I am interested in.
Other than apologizing to Emil.
Yeah, sorry. There's a woman on the ship. And
There's a lot of them.
True. But this one, she seemed to not like my family, and I want to know why.
Nami, correct. She, I think her exact words when she saw you were basically fucking great, cool.
Yeah, I want to know what it is. I want to talk to her.
Okay. So Karu's gonna, so kind of two things then for Karu. As you spend your time really kind of getting to know a number of the shipmates and everything. When you apologize to Emil, he essentially has a better response, given that he got to kind of cool off and get some distance from everything that happened on the other boat. And when you apologize for misjudging him and kind of assuming the worst about him, more or less, he just kind of nods and everything, and just I've gotten that almost all my life. Makes sense why you did it. Just give me more of a chance next time.
Absolutely.
And then when you approach Nami, you notice that actually anytime you try to approach Nami, she just kind of ignores you, or she will purposely suddenly have something she has to go do in another room.
Ooh. Sorry. Someone redeemed a sound alert. It scared me.
So she purposely tries to get some space, tries to get some distance from you and everything. And then one day when she is working above deck and actually has a task she has to accomplish, you approach when she can't just leave.
Yeah.
And as you approach, she just kind of tries to look away and go back about her business and everything. And just when you don't leave, it's just a, what?
Please just tell me, did I do something to you in the Winter Court? I can't remember, please. It's driving me crazy.
And she just kind of stops and looks to you. Of course you don't know. You're one of them. You've no idea how badly you hurt everybody. Even if it wasn't you, it was your family.
I think you misunderstand. I left them. I didn't want to be associated with them. My family hurt me too. I'm
Fine.
sorry.
You want to know?
Yes, please.
Your family destroyed my home. We relied on you. We needed you. They still need you. And House of Ackerman suddenly decided to shut their doors to everybody. Grew up in an orphanage in the Court of Winter. Your family, apparently for years, had been... I just got scared by a sound alert. Your family, apparently for years, had had been the main source of support for them. And just stopped. You've no idea how hard it has been for everyone there since. So excuse me if I'm not exactly the most welcoming to you. Can I get back to work now? Ma'am?
You don't... There's no need to call me that. A few things. You don't have to accept it. I can't imagine what you've been through. But I do want you to know that I am sorry. And, I'll probably have to go to the Court of Winter at some point in our travels, and I'll do my best to get them to open their doors again. And another thing, I know I can't ever fix what we've done, but I'd like to help you in any way I can while I'm still here. Can I help you with what you're doing?
And she's just big sigh. Fine.
And Karu's gonna smile, but like try not to get too excited, you know?
Yeah, the moment Karu smiles, she's immediately, only because the captain told me I have to try to be nicer.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Whatever reason, it's cool. It's cool. So what are we doing? She's kind of like, you know, like, well, I guess not rolling her sleeves. She doesn't have any, but you know.
Yeah, like that same kind of like energy. Yeah, and immediately, like, you can just see from the look on her face, she regrets everything right now. But yeah, so you're able to kind of like work with Nami a bit, and all puns intended, she's still pretty icy towards you for the most part. Thank you. I'm here
Love
all
it.
week.
Yeah.
She's still pretty icy, but she does kind of she doesn't just leave the room when you walk in anymore. As you work with her over the week.
Progress.
Gosh, we have such very different progressions with everybody today. Yeah, so then, so Karu, you spend your week working with Nami when you're allowed. Sound about right?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
For your last week with the crew, and again, we don't necessarily have to roleplay it out or anything like that, so, and things like that, but if you want to let me know what your character wants to do or how you want to spend your last bit of time on the ship, because it also may be some time before you see the crew again.
I'll let everyone else answer first, and then I'll go.
Journey would probably just be hanging out, below deck mostly, hanging out with Aiko a little bit. She'd probably be checking in on Emil every once in a while to make sure he's okay, but trying to give him his space, but she does want to, like, sort of pay him back for what he did for her, so she's a little worried about him. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, over that week, you notice it takes Emil about just about a day to kind of get back into, like, more, like, suave and cool and friendly kind of guy sort of front. Journey,
Standard.
you notice when it's just the two of you that just kind of falls away, and he just sits and plays cards with you, and just is there. Over time, you also see that the ears and the tail at the same time. Over time, you also see
Wing fox and wing cow.
you also see that when it's just the two of you, Emil starts to actually talk to you more about his past, and a little bit more about kind of where he comes from. You learn that he ran away from home, and not only ran away, he essentially was smuggled out of his home, and that he had to go under the radar, had to hide, because otherwise the person he mentioned not to trust, Naveen, would have done anything to get him back and bring him back. and that it would not have been good for him. So he actually doesn't go home anymore, and has kind of been sailing since. He kind of, as he kind of talks about it, and as he kind of talks about it in a little more detail, of giving you just that backstory, it's clear that it kind of hurts to talk about, that he doesn't really talk about it with anyone. But on the last day of you guys getting to talk, when there's, you know, news that you guys are going to be heading into the Court of Fall soon, he also reveals to you that he has decided to start returning the favor. And with Captain Aloro's blessing, he has a little bit of a side gig where he helps save people like you and like him.
Aww.
So if you ever want in on that,
Oh yeah.
he figures you're pretty trustworthy by now. And he mentions to you that part of the reason why you should speak with Alaric and let him know that you're a friend is that he knows that his brother is getting ready for one of their biggest missions they've ever had. And as they are now, they probably don't have the manpower for it. But if it works, Emil could go home. Arcadia?
What? Hello?
What you want to... Hi, hello.
Oh,
What you want
I
to do?
was like, wait, was that to me? Like,
I was there? Whoa!
Arcadia, you there? What's your name, Arcadia?
no thought. Head empty in here. Only Siren.
You're here flip-flapping.
Understandable.
You're a winged fox and cowing. Oh my god, your cat's in the cat bed right now, and I'm just done.
Yeah, he's been in here the whole
Um,
time.
So, Case,
Oh, baby.
how do you want to spend
Hate it.
your last week? Are you ignoring Siren the whole
No.
week? Okay.
No, that was a joke. Definitely like in the least annoying way possible.
Mhm.
Arcadia is going to be attached to her hip, just because like it was just bad. It was sad. I was sad. So you know what? She's gonna be attached to Siren's hip because she forgot her for a second and it was not fun.
I've got good news and bad news for you.
Oh no.
Which one do you want first?
Bad news.
You only have a week with her. Good news
Yeah.
is that as you spend your time attached at her hip, I'm happy that's what you said, because if you didn't, that's what she was gonna do.
Okay.
As she just as she is excitedly, eagerly, like, I mean, it's like you get two nerds together who like vibe in the best kinds of ways. And so her way of really getting to connect with you is mostly she's talking about the stars, and spends days and nights like talking to you about navigation and how she can actually help she helps navigate with the stars, and what she does when it's daylight and she can't use the stars as easily, and how she's so good that she knows where they are even when you can't see them, and is just giving you, you know, all of these like kind of bits and advice. And what's different from before is that before, like, she would do the same thing of just excitedly getting to talk to you about it. But now there are things like, there are like quietly putting her arm around you, or she'll like take your hand as she's talking with you, and it's almost just like so natural that she'll be in the middle of talking to you about this like really intense theory and how she was this close to disproving it until just that, the professor that she had in her program, and like as she's like going into this like rant, she like reaches out and just like grabs your hand, or like will put her hand on your leg and is just like talking to you, like those like Those small touches you do when you're with someone that you care about. And of course, when she goes to drop you off at your room each night, she gives you a kiss goodnight.
Girl, Aiko can go sleep somewhere else. I've mentioned many a times I can just sleep on my tail.
I can leave the room too.
I mean, yeah, like, Peru. We're having a sleepover. Come on, let's go somewhere else.
Stop!
We're doing it. You all threw me a dinner. I'm gonna help my girl have a sleepover. You know what? I know what I'm doing during my week.
Oh no!
I saved this for last for a reason.
All right.
Oh no. Jesus.
I hope you're ready.
Yeah, so you spend your week learning about the stars and learning about navigation with with Siren.
Okay.
Aiko?
Buckle up.
So, for the record, I wrote everything out till I have a list.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Of course you do.
yeah, but it's my usuals. So we have the morning chores to help Adriana because she does her morning meditations because your girl doesn't sleep again.
Yay!
We have helping Lee with the tasks, which doesn't take too long because they're pretty efficient because they've been working a smooth clockwork. She's still learning Orc with Kyrie and Sula in the downtime, so that kind of puts them at like, early afternoon. Is cooking with Yadil because after them going through the traumatic experience, she kind of like has that like kinship with them. So she's kind of bonding a little bit there. And then I like to think that at the nights she ends by playing cards with Journey and Emil. So they've had their time together, but then they're also like teaching her how to like be sleight of hand and like play cards because she's like, oh, we're playing Go Fish, and they're playing poker. But
Which I love because I like to imagine that the first time around, Emil's like, yeah, absolutely, we're playing Go Fish, and just like gets Journey to go along with it. And they just
Hustles
take you
me.
for everything you're worth, and then just Emil will be nice enough to give it back to you.
Oh.
Totally happens.
But you know the wing fox is always on the prowl. So
Not the in the ear.
your girl's been seeing these not so subtle touchums.
No, it has not been subtle. It has not been subtle.
She knows that they both love stars, and so she is going to, when they're like, talking about something one day, and after they're done cooking and they're like kind of like getting ready to play cards, she's gonna like hustle Karu over and be like, guys, okay, we have that big ass rug in the room, okay? We're gonna set up a picnic upstairs on the top deck. They're gonna go stargazing. We're gonna set up, I've been cooking with Yadil. We're gonna make a really nice meal. Emil, I know you can get in the wine cellar. You're the second in command. We're getting them a nice bottle of wine. We're setting up a picnic up top deck. We're doing this.
All right, man.
Any objections?
No, sounds great.
Wing Fox. Okay, yeah. So
Wait. Can
Yeah.
we like actually like put our hands in and do like a wing fox like
yeah,
cheer?
yeah. I put my tail in.
Oh,
One of my 8.
I guess Emil will try to put his tail in?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Be like, everyone in.
Tails in.
Wing Fox. Yeah. No. Oh, so in. Okay. Yeah. So and the best part is that Aiko is not subtle. She's probably gonna give the mission to someone else to kind of like prepare, like be like, go get Arcadia, and one of you has to go get Siren. Like, it can't be me, because I'm just gonna be like sweating. Like,
Do you want this to be? Do you want this to be a?
you want to come to the deck?
Do you want this to be a surprise for Siren as well?
Yeah.
Emil will 100% take response. He's one of the commanding officers. He can 100%
He
tell
went
Siren
in on the tail
yeah.
thing, so
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
in charge of that.
He is legally obligated now.
Oh, wait, okay, we also are going to use our code names. So he's Devil's Food Cake.
He's Devil's Food
And
Cake.
So we're gonna be like, Psst, Devil's Food Cake. Like, go get Star Biscuit. Like, just
Star Biscuit.
He's not a cake yet.
Oh my
She's not-
god.
She's Star Biscuit.
Fucking god.
My brain.
Are there
Okay.
My first mind went to
Star
Sea
Biscuit.
Biscuit. I was like, that's a horse.
I feel like Karu could probably get Arcadia.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Devil's Food Cake is on Star Biscuit duty. Karu has Arcadia. And then Aiko and Journey are setting up the night.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We got this.
She would get Lee to help. She would get Lee to make sure that everything is like perfect, good luck. Like, we need to, like, bless this. Like, you know, it's
Bless this mess.
whatever we need to do. Yeah. Bless this blankie.
Perfect.
This is grandmother's blanket. Oh, goodness. All right.
Okay, cool. So, so you guys go through and set up the nice picnic outside. Are you setting it up by the ballista, or are you setting it up?
We're not doing it. Actually, yeah, no, we would do it back. Well, somebody has to be manning the helm.
Yeah.
Or is this like a magical boat? Okay, yeah, no, we're going up by the ballista then.
Okay, all right, by the ballista
Because
it is.
we're gonna spearhead this romance.
I like it.
I'm
Tally ho.
Oh. All right. So, yeah. So, describe the scene that Arcadia and Siren walk into, as eventually, I'm assuming, Karu and Emil lead them up.
Okay. Well,
You're lucky I don't have my cat blanket in here anymore, or else I would have like set this up behind me when I went to go pee.
but okay. So they're gonna come up from this bottom deck. I want you all to sit back and picture this. You come up from the bottom deck. You're gonna see up top. You're gonna see candle lights. You're gonna see like you can't really see anything else, but like, and then you're gonna hear Karu as you come up the stairs, because she's with you. She's gonna pull out that lute, man, and she's gonna start playing some beautiful romantic tunes. And this is actually a big deal. This is a big deal because wifey is supporting you, and this has come a long way, and this is kind of like a healing process, and also like it's going to set this romance a sail. And so they, you know, Siren's probably kind of like, okay, and they're going to come up. Aiko and Journey have scattered. We are nowhere to be seen. We are just in the fucking wind.
That's why you had to hide.
Yeah, no, Journey's been teaching Aiko, like, okay, stealth. You need to stay in the shadows. Keep your tails down, damn it. And so they're like, you know, kind of like, we're like making sure everything's good. No breeze is knocking anything away. And it's going to be the blanket laid out. They come up. It's like, you know, they have like their little pillows set out. They have a nice bottle of, you know, wine. It's been cellar aged. It's great. There is like a little thing of hors d'oeuvres and those special little barnacles that Yadil made. And it is bon appetit. And I mean bone appetit. So we...
They're both women.
We back away. We let Karu know, like, you play into the night as you need to. Otherwise, we're gonna be playing Go Fish downstairs. So, yeah, let them do their thing.
I feel like Karu would like play a little. Like she would want to give him alone time though, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to
At
set the
one point,
mood.
she'd go join the Go Fish.
Yeah. And Aiko's resisting to be like, "This is the night. What a beautiful night." She's not. She's not. I don't think she's a singer.
It would not be good.
Yeah,
enjoy.
All right. So romantic scene set as
oh my God.
Arcadia and Siren see each other. I'm assuming Arcadia looks much like Case looks right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like kind of not like embarrassed, but kind of like embarrassed in a good way. Like, oh my God.
These are my
like,
friends.
Like when her dad calls her cupcake in front of people, that kind of embarrassment.
Yeah, but just like times 10. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
As Siren initially just looks surprised more than anything. And as she sees that you look very, very nervous and embarrassed, she just starts kind of chuckling and takes your hand. So I guess this means your friends like me for you?
I guess I didn't know they were doing this. But I guess it's like their sign of approval or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Something like that. Well, it's our last night before we hit the port. It'd be a shame to waste the wine and the dinner, at least.
I'm gonna start fucking crying. Okay. Put on my big boy pants. Alright. Yeah. Arcadia's just gonna sit, like, not on the pillow, like kind of in front of it, and then hold the pillow, because nervous. And that's just like her first instinct is to hold a pillow.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Siren just sees you being awkward and just smiles and takes a seat and starts pouring wine and getting food together. And as you guys kind of eat, and it's a little it's awkward, not because like you don't care about each other, but it's a little awkward because neither of you expected this to happen, and it's a pretty big scene, and like
No way to prepare for this.
yeah, like it was just it's kind of like a starting to try to get back into the swing of things. But as you guys are kind of starting to relax a little bit and kind of joke and actually talk a little bit more again, Siren actually offers, well, they kind of stole the show with all this, but I did want to talk to you and everything before, you headed out. This might seem incredibly... If it's too much, just let me know. But I didn't want you to forget about all of us on the soggy sticker, I wanted to give you something to remember me. Sorry, is that is that weird? That might be very odd.
Arcadia's gonna like shake her head really fast and kind of like put her hands up like, no, I already forgot about you once, and I'm gonna make sure it doesn't happen again. Because I don't think I could do that again. So you don't have to worry about me forgetting you.
Yeah, it's... Okay, hear me out. It is not going to seem like the most typical or romantic gift by any means. I don't normally do this, so this is new. I wanted to give you an academic article.
That's what you call it.
And you see that she actually reaches like kind of like into her pockets, and she pulls out an academic article. She pulls out like papers that have been rolled up together and hands it to you. And as you look over it, it is an intense article on like a very high level theory about the stars. And about positioning of the stars and how it ties into a mathematical sequence, and it really delves into intense detail. And you see that she kind of shifts a little nervously, and just says, you can read through it now if you want. It'll probably make more sense if you read through it and I explain it then afterward. If that's okay? And as you take a look again at the cover, you see that she wrote this article. And as you read through the article, it does talk about stars and the theories of the stars, their placement, and really gets into a lot of think, God love it, when you're reading anything for a college class that is like way too academic for its own good kind of thing. That's the level of writing it is. It is grad school to the umpteenth degree. But there reaches a point in the article, you notice, where it breaks. And instead of being about the super intense theory, it actually becomes about how archaic and useless the old school tradition was of just studying the stars from books, because who the fuck studies stars from books? You need to actually go out, and that is exactly what it says in the article. You need to actually go out and experience the world and experience life itself, and you can't just be stuck in a tower all day, and it just goes on and on and on and on about how absolutely stupid all of this is. and about how absolutely ridiculous it is and that this is completely pointless and the only way you can experience true beauty is to be out among the stars themselves.
Holy shit.
At the tail end of the article, you see that there's writing in red pen that is different from the other writing. And it just says, there's an F with a circle around the F, and a note next to it that just says, I think you need to do some more research. And the further you get into the article, the antsier Siren is as you're reading it.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. So. Wow, okay. So Arcadia's gonna, like, you know, see the red pen as she's going through it. And as she's reading it, she's, like, very intensely, you know, concentrating because, big word, small brain. So. She's,
Love it.
Actually, hold on. I think I have pretty high intelligence, so that's not. Well, no. Average. So, yeah, big words, medium brain. So, she's like,
Top notch.
she's reading through it and, you know, kind of understanding, and from the stuff that Siren has taught her, you know, understanding a little more than maybe she would have a month or so ago. And then she gets to the red pen and, like, she's gonna stop and then, like, look up at Siren and just kind of, like, look confused, and say, I agreed with what you said. You can't, with something like stars, you can't just rely on words on a page. You have to go look at them. So, I don't, fuck whoever wrote in the red pen.
And at you saying that, she just busts out laughing. And she just, God, this is why I like you. And she actually, like, lets out a deep breath and, like, relaxes for a second. And just, that was the last paper I ever wrote before I just burned it all down and left. Not literal burn it down, I figured it, but
Breath of relief.
it was the last thing that I ever wrote. And I've held on to it all this time because it was a pretty significant point of my life where something needed to change. And I felt I needed to get out there and go see everything and get to grow from that and not just be stuck. And I know that you're leaving tomorrow. And I know that you are going to see a lot of things on your own journeys. But I wanted to give you this piece of me. It is super cheesy. It is super corny. I know. It's, yeah. It sounded so much cooler in my head.
God. Yeah, Arcadia's gonna laugh at that because shut the fuck up. But yeah, she's gonna laugh and, like, put the papers down. And then just, like, shake her head a little bit. And just kind of quietly say, for what it's worth, I think you made a really good decision going out instead of being stuck writing stupid papers for stupid people who don't understand stars like you do, because you are one of the smartest people that I've ever met, and I just think you made a really good decision. And no matter what I see out in the fall court or whatever court I go to, nothing will compare to you.
Oh, there it is. The picnic was so worth it.
She's learned.
This is enough. Down below, still.
Siren actually blushes
We win. We win.
Done.
Campaign's over.
Everyone go home.
We're
Everyone
gonna
go home.
sail on the open sea.
Siren actually, suddenly the whole point of the campaign changes, and you guys are like, we're pirates, we smuggle
We
things
don't have
now.
timeline, but we're smuggling people. We got boat romance. Like we're
Exactly.
right and wrong. This is good.
But Arcadia, as you say that, Siren blushes and just looks to you and yeah, I'm feeling the same way. So just next time you all need a ride across the sea, make sure you come find us, because I'd love to get to see you again.
Absolutely. You can't get rid of me that easily.
Are we planning
just
on
gonna-
taking other ships?
Who do you think I am?
What the fuck do you think we are?
No.
Oh goodness. Yeah, and so she pulls you in for a kiss. And you guys get to spend your nice romantic picnic together.
Sweating. I'm sweating. Oh my god.
For what it's worth, this is one of the best nights of her life.
I will burst into tears right now.
It's like top 5.
That's worse.
All right, so
Good work.
team, the next day, you reach the port city of the Court of Fall. And as the soggy sticker finally docks, and you see...
I'm sorry. Did you say we're now officially in the Court of Fall?
I did say we're now officially in the Court of Fall.
We're now officially in the Court of Fall, everyone. Change your backgrounds to fall.
Do our background changes.
We are now
We
officially
finally did it.
Officially in the Court of Fall, as
made it.
you guys...
Kiss, fall in court.
Maybe you're my court. I don't know.
Whoa. Whoa. I just finished this.
We tried. But you do make your way to the port city, and you notice that everyone, like bright and early on the soggy sticker, is up and at 'em at work with docking, getting everyone where they need to go. As you find yourself in Hatsuse, the port city.
Ooh.
You notice that the port city itself, while you guys are docking at the actual docks because it's giant, like your boat is big, you can see, even as you look off into the distance, that there's a series of canals that actually run through the port city. And really what connects the buildings more than streets themselves are those waterways. As you guys start to get ready to disembark, the crew comes out to say their goodbyes. Lee gives everybody a giant hug because sweet precious puppy. 100% gives everyone a giant hug and immediately is just letting everyone know, like, you know, if you need anything, we are happy to help. We are here for you. I don't know how you'll reach us, but you can try. And like is kind of rambling a little bit. You have Sula and Kyrie, the half-orc bard, and the tiefling who curses like a sailor. Ha, puns.
God.
Sula just gives you a grunt, like kind of like a guttural grunt. And for any of you who know orc, which I think is none of you, and for the I'm getting there. And for the one of you who has the Duolingo level 1 equivalent of orc, you recognize that what she says is safe travels.
Responds back with, "Good night. It is 6 p.m. That is a lamppost."
She expects. But you did make sure to leave out the curse words that Kyrie taught you. Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, so she just kind of leaves. Kyrie hugs all of you and is just like, y'all better fucking write me. You need to make sure that you guys fucking come back sometime. We got so much shit we gotta do. There's so much goddamn stuff happening, like excitement.
I do want to point out that I did tell her that I was planning on using a ballista to launch a lantern into the sky at some point.
So
That was during our
proud of you.
travels, but She would have loved that. Continue.
Very proud. And you do actually notice that while most of the crew members are also starting to like disembark as well, Kyrie's staying on the boat. Which Lil, since Aiko was the one who spent time with Kyrie, you over the time would have learned she's
This is
not
her home court.
welcome in Hatsuse.
Oh, okay.
Like
What happened?
I'm looking for scorched earth.
she yeah, like something went wrong and she is not. It is the captain has ordered you need to stay here. It's too dangerous for you to be in the city.
I
So
go
she's
following
not
up
allowed
like,
to
do you
leave.
want any souvenirs? Like, just see if there's anything she wants her to grab.
Fireworks.
Where do I get those?
And
Do I make them?
and she's just like, I'll tell you next time. I'll tell you next time. Because it's just, especially as the captain has shot her a glare of, don't you dare bring fireworks on my boat. But our other friends get to kind of say farewell. The good news is that they're disembarking in the city as well, except for Kyrie, who is forced to stay on the boat. I mean, hey, unless she wants to get arrested.
No.
Captain Oloro actually approaches you all as you leave the soggy sticker, and gives a bow. I hope everything was to your liking aboard our ship, and hopefully next time it'll be a less eventful journey.
Since we've brushed up on our boat etiquette, we're going to appropriately salute.
If I could recommend from here, at least from what I've seen from the Envoys before, you're going to want to make your way to the capital. Normally, they let the courts know ahead of time that you're coming, so they should expect you, but she kind of looks around at, like, the busy dock, where there is no one who is, waiting and greeting. Like, unlike the big send-off that you got at the Court of Stars, you're kind of just you guys are other travelers right now. So she kind of looks around and just, it would seem you're on your own to get there. But I would recommend making your way to the capital itself.
I could ask her if she has a map or if there's anywhere that we could procure a map to make sure that we get there safely. Because we're all of a sudden in a new
a whole new world.
Don't you dare give me maps.
So speaking of someone having some home field advantage and being able to give you a map, Emil comes up and offers, I am not a map maker, but here's like the gist of the directions, and has kind of drawn out that essentially to get from Hatsuse to the capital city, you're going to be going through a little bit out of town and then into the Kitsune Forest.
I'm sorry, the what now?
And he stops like as he's like writing this out at the Kitsune Forest. That's
Are the Kitsune in this forest?
Why is it called the Kitsune Forest, sir?
oh boy. Well, there are a lot of foxes in the forest, and the Kitsune Forest spans most of the court. It's a beautiful forest, golden trees and falling leaves everywhere. It's really a sight. But there is at least one village that's almost all Kitsune. Okay, I'm writing that on the map too. And he kind of gives you like a brief like sketch out of a brief sketch out and everything of kind of where you can find that the Kitsune village is further north. It's in an opposite direction of where you need to go to it's in the opposite direction of where you need to go to get to the capital city. But at least kind of gives you a gist, and he just kind of like
She's making note.
yeah, and he just kind of awkwardly is like, you could probably find a better map maker in the capital itself. I, have been out at sea for a while.
Aiko would like almost interrupt and be like, "This is great. This is," and she's gonna turn to them and be like, "We'll stop there after." This is, I get to see my people. Oh my gosh, yeah.
And
Very thankful.
as Captain Aloro and Emil kind of stand with you, they just look at you for a moment. It's that moment of, well, this is it. And they both just give you guys the
Oh,
salute.
fuck that noise. Aiko's gonna give Emil a hug. And she's gonna thank him for everything. And say, I mean, we'll see you on the way to the next court. Like, that's a given. Because I still don't understand how to play Go Fish, and I'm not good at it. And this is unacceptable. Because she picks up on rules pretty easily. Like, she's a rule abider. And then she's going to actually shake Captain Adriana's hand.
Emil happily accepts the hug, and as he's hugging Aiko and she says the Go Fish thing, Journey, he looks over at you and is just like, it's the she's hopeless look.
Ray gives him a nod. I know.
Y'all bitches teaching me the wrong game. I can't trust anyone.
And Captain Aloro actually grins. Like, you've rarely, if ever, seen her smile, and she beams when you say that you're going to come back for the next time you need to go to a court. Just, all right. Well, the Soggy Sticker looks forward to having you all as guests again. And thank you for being such wonderful guests the first time around.
Our pleasure.
I'm sad.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll see them again. Like, that's why Aiko's not sad. Like, our boat buddies. Aiko's like, we're gonna see him again. Like, well.
And as you guys say your goodbyes to the crew of the Soggy Sticker and all of the newfound friends, the newfound love, some newfound enemies.
You better keep that blanket. Put that blanket in your inventory. Siren's stargazing blanket. Sorry. Star biscuits, stargazing blanket. Starblazing ganket.
Case, I will say that you can put in your inventory that you have the last academic paper that Siren ever wrote.
Yeah, absolutely, that's going in there.
Which, of course, as she would have made sure that you knew, there is only one copy of in the entire world.
I'm going to burst into tears.
Who knew an academic paper could be so romantic?
If it was anybody else, no. But it's her. I do have something that I want to give to Siren.
Yeah.
If she is available.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not seeing anyone else.
I would say she's not available because she is taken now. But
well,
go ahead.
Listen.
It's no longer as complicated. Yes.
Switching my Facebook status.
I've done my job.
Yeah. So Arcadia's gonna go find her. Wherever.
She would be along the docks. She's kind of helping get everything situated with the ship. Because while you guys were there as guests, they also had other cargo they were bringing to the Court of Fall. So it's a little bit of she's kind of helping manage that. But as soon as she sees you approach, she just pauses whatever conversation she's in and goes straight to you. And
weeping.
Well, sorry, you're about to weep again. Greets you with a kiss.
I'm not okay. Okay. So yeah, Arcadia's just gonna kind of not that. That's me. She's gonna like smile at her and be like, "Hey, I meant to do this when you gave me the paper and everything." And she's like visibly nervous. And she's gonna like reach into her bag and she's like kind of rambling again at this point. Like I wanted to, give you something too, and I just completely forgot because, the paper was very riveting. So I kind of forgot. And then in my bag, I have a piece of jewelry in the style of my homeland's craftsmanship. So I want to give that to her I don't know like what form the jewelry is in.
You tell me what form of
I was-
jewelry it is, because I changed the reaction.
Not a ring. Not a ring. I was thinking like a small necklace or something with like a pendant on it. So yeah, so Arcadia's gonna like nervously like shaking her hands, like trembling, hold it out to her and just kind of like, I have this that I wanted to give to you. I've had it with me this whole time, so you don't forget me.
Arcadia, you see that she actually turns away from you. Like back to you and everything.
She's composing herself.
Arcadia's gonna like kind of slowly like pull back. Like I'm
And
sorry
then
if
a
it's little
moment later,
bit
you
much.
see that she pulls her hair back and kind of moves so that you can put the necklace on her.
Oh my god, High School Musical vibes.
Aiko's looking away. This is a very intimate moment. Like, she's like, okay, come on, guys. Let's go find some rope.
So yeah, Arcadia's gonna do that. Then like slowly and like carefully, so she doesn't get any hair in it, cause ouchie. And then when she's done, just kind of like very forcefully, like like the hug you give somebody when you know you're not gonna see them for a long time, like just like a big bear hug. And just like hugging, sad.
Yeah, she in her attempts around that big bear hug is gonna try to turn so she can hug you back. And as she's hugging you, she just, hey, this isn't the end. I'm gonna see you again, and you are gonna be even more beautiful and badass than you already are.
Goodbye. Good night.
And when you miss me, you have two options, right? You can read a very fascinating paper. You can also always just look up at the stars.
Ah, fuck, there it is. I was like, oh.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and it still hurt. Ah.
Because I know that they're going to make me think of you now. And hey, it looks like we need to tell Ilke thank you next time we see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
My chat's just
for
going,
sure.
oh my.
Oh, ouchie.
Please be safe.
You too.
Yeah, then she's just final kiss goodbye.
My group just played sexy sax for you, and someone said, kiss her, someone kiss her, for the love of God. So.
Yeah, Siren gives you a big kiss goodbye that, like, just like how you said, it's that hug when you know you're not going to see someone for a long time. It's that same kind of energy into the kiss. And she doesn't give a shit how many of her crewmates are standing around right now, like, very aware of what's going on and doing very similar thing to Aiko of the, wow, have you seen this boat? This boat is great.
Like, full on kneeling on the docks.
Man.
Like, look at this Kitsune Forest, Karoo. Tell me how
Wowee!
Kitsune Forest.
Look at the, hey, is that barnacle new? I think that barnacle's new, just so that you guys can have that moment
Journey,
of just
find
getting
me
to say
some
goodbye.
rope.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and so you guys get to head out. I will give you guys the option because I know it's late. We can end here, or there is a stopping point I have in mind that is like maybe not even half an hour ahead. Choice is yours. It's all good. Either way.
I might have to go now if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, I had a very long day.
No, you're okay.
No, totally
That's why.
understand. You're in the midst of finals. You're good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to offer, because like, and it's also something then that we can start fresh with next time. So that's a-okay. No worries at all.
Okay. Awesome. We had a lot of fun though.
Yeah. So
Good.
so and team, welcome to the Court of Fall.
And I almost made it through 2 pint
We're all
glasses.
alive.
Woo!
I'm in pain and everything hurts.
There's so much pain. There's a lot that was learned about friends tonight.
Accurate.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much though to everyone in our community. I'm trying to remember. I have to double check when our next session is? Question mark. Sorry, I had to, working on pulling up.
Let's see here.
Next
Pulling it up,
session
too.
is next session that I have. We actually are probably gonna need to talk about that because next session I have is April 17th, but we may need to change that and everything. So we will talk about it and see if either there's something we can do earlier in or a different day in that week or earlier in April or whatever. But we'll get there. So no worries. We will let community know though when our next session is. Until then, thank you guys so much to all of our players. Thank you so much to everyone in the community who hung out and makes it a blast to get to do this. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it and appreciate everybody getting to enjoy our time on the love boat, as everyone now calls it.
The love boat is a little love boat that has ghost problems and romance.
I mean, to be fair,
Love boat, baby.
you guys did get to have because I know that we had our two of our top options for what you experienced at sea were romance and pirates, and you got both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.